We're back tonight, live on the channel. Blaze Wizard Live is live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Let's go. We got a good one for you tonight. Everyone's been asking for it, so we're gonna deliver like the milkman used to do to your mom. We're going to deliver that PSA submission video because we pulled the MOONBREON last week live on the channel. So we're getting it right over to PSA. There's no reason to delay. We're just gonna get her going. So you'll get to see that tonight, how to do it, how to make sure you're making a smart decision by even sending it in, but you're gonna find out. And along the way, we're gonna have you ask us questions in that YouTube chat and on the Discord. Tonight on the Discord, we have stream admin Dustin.
Oh, what's up? I thought I was stream admin now.
And we have Extreme admin Willis. Yeah, I almost said Dustin.
I paid $20 to become stream admin, and you wouldn't allow it to be?
You're gonna have to send a lot more than that now that we got 139 subs. Can you guys even believe that? Let's go.
It wasn't like 5 minutes ago. It's rolling in.
Let's do it. Do you guys like it? Are you excited to be here? We spend the most time ever getting prepared for this stream, so you guys better be joining in. That's all I'm gonna say. You asked for it. We made sure we were gonna be prepared instead of stupid. But if you're not here, then we can't even show you anything. So let us know if you're here in the YouTube chat. We already know Dustin and Willis are here. We have slides. We got graded cards on your screen right now. We're gonna get some cards graded tonight. Well, at least we're gonna start that process tonight. Here we go. These are the 3 that I entertained. I already know my collection. I already have a spreadsheet going, and we'll talk about how I look at this right now, but these are the 3 I analyzed specifically for this submission. All 3 pulled live on the channel in the last week. Is that ridiculous or what? Let's go. Let's go. And we're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Do you guys want to see that PSA submission of the Moon Kitty? Because it's happening with or without you. So let us know if you're here in the YouTube land. And in the meantime, let's show you some of our cards. These are just some of them, and they are stacked up. So let's go through some of our PSA collection we have here. We have the Gengar Mimikyu. I love this art. It's a tag team card from Team Up, which I wish I could afford to reliably open up Team Up. Josh Munez says high five, and yes, I think Josh is psyched. He was here when we pulled that MOONBREON. Let's go. Welcome back, Josh.
Welcome back.
Let's go. There's that PSA 9, and then we got Willis's gift to me, that first edition Stream Nemesis Quillfish from Neo Revelation in the Gem Mint 10. That's what we're going for tonight. That Gem Mint 10. We're gonna talk about it. Then we have the Mint 9 promo Charizard that you get in that tin. One of my favorite cards. This card in particular is very applicable to the stream tonight. It is a very hard grade out of the 10. It is notorious for being damaged in that 6 to 7 to 8 range right out of the gate. A PSA 10 is like $900+. This 9 was like 140 or 150, which I thought was a good deal because it's still a hard grade for a PSA 9. So something to think about. How hard is that grade to get before you send your card in? Do you already know that that has an issue getting graded? there's the Chansey from that 1999 era. That's a very hard grade. The Blastoise is not as hard, so it's not as valuable once you get up to those higher grades in PSA. But that PSA 7 Blastoise, I do have a surprise. I was hoping to have it tonight, but the timing didn't work out. I have a surprise coming for next stream of my latest PSA pickup. It's gonna make a trio. We'll leave it at that. And the other hint is it's on your screen right now. It's its older brother, that Dark Charizard from Team Rocket, the holo in PSA 9. I sniped that on eBay. People weren't paying attention and I stole it.
Nice card.
It is a good looking card. There's Newlywed from Munda joining the chat. Welcome from Munda.
Damn.
That's my brother.
We're live on the channel doing that as promised PSA submission video. We're showing off some of our PSA cards as people get in tonight on the channel. We got a 10 ourselves. We've only done one other submission this year, and this was half of it. We got the 10. We predicted the 10 and it came in. What do you guys think for that Rainbow Zard, that PSA 10? I don't like how the label was printed. They offered to redo the label if I sent it back in, but they couldn't guarantee a turnaround time, so I didn't do it. Shadowless 9, the Squirtle, one of my favorite Pokemon cards of all time, is a common from base set in the PSA 9. Then another very hard grade, which is why I have it in an 8. That Black Star promo from 2014, the Charizard EX. It's not even a full art if you guys see, but it's like behind the attack box. What do you guys think about that? I think this card, if you see like how the foil is with the gold, I think this card is going to be highly sought after one day. So I picked up a copy that was like a good deal. Was that PSA 9 Black Star promo. Then we have a fan favorite, that 1999 base set Venusaur in the PSA 7. Then our other half of our submission earlier this year to PSA, it came back a 9 as predicted. That full art Charizard V from Brilliant Scars, we predicted it was going to get a 9. We've since pulled that card again, and it's a way better centering, so we would probably get a 10, but it's not urgent for me to send in, so that'll be a topic we go over tonight. Then we have the 6. I stole this card as well, not literally. The 6, that holo Gengar. Yeah, I still don't know why this one's a 6. What I thought, because I didn't like obviously crack the slab open, is there might be like some type of dent that I can't see. But what do you guys think the reason is?
Yeah, that center looks
this
so
has good. A 6. So these old base set cards that people send in, there's usually like a flaw that you really can't see. That's why it's also cool. I mean, even in that top left corner, there, that's, you can see it a little bit on that's like, that's still like an 8+ worthy.
A little bit at the top right too, though. Look at the top right.
Right, I saw, but like, that's still 8 worthy. Like, I don't understand why it's got a 6, but there's got to be something. Maybe like there's a bad print line that I can't see as well.
Right. Maybe you just don't know what you're looking at.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm looking at. We could crack some of these open. This is the card where I think it's probably a 6, but I got it because it has that swirl right there, right by the cannon. It's the swirl with the good placement. The only better placement, in my opinion, would be right there, which is nearly impossible to find. But we got that swirl right here in a perfect spot. So we picked this up. This one's a little bit rougher, and it looks like it would probably grade a little lower to me. So it wasn't ever a surprise. But Andrew got me that Gem Mint 10 version of the Shiny Clobbopus, stream mascot Shiny Clobbopus in Japanese. So this is what we're going for. Another submission to get that Gem Mint 10. We're going to talk about it. And you can ask us questions along the way. What are your questions about submitting to PSA? Ask away as we go through them and the steps. It's not going to be a fast-paced stream. We're hanging out. We're tipsy. Let's go.
It's not damaging the cards. So stick, you know.
We're not damaging them because they already protected because we smart. Let's go. William Smith says, let's go in that YouTube chat on the in the bottom right of your screen. Let's go. All right, here we go. So our first question before we even get started is, what is your thought process for sending your cards in for grading? So I have a feeling I know what Dustin's is, so we'll let him confirm, but what is your reason for sending your cards in for grading? That's what you need to ask yourself. Are you looking for maximum profit? I believe that's Dustin's answer. Are you looking to grade all of your fire pulls? Like, yo, I pulled this. I don't care the condition out of the pack, whatever the case may be. I just want it graded. I want it encapsulated. A lot of that applies to what we're gonna do, or have done in the past as well. But some people just want to grade all of their fire pulls and they want to have those cards graded. They'll never deteriorate because they're in these plastic cases from PSA. So do you grade all of your big hits? Is that your motivation? Or do you just grade literally everything? Do you just pick up cards, send it in? Do you just pull cards, send it in? It does not matter to you. You're just getting everything graded and you have like an entire warehouse full of graded cards. I guess that applies to some people, not me. I know there's some like wholesalers that do that to put in their mystery packs and they don't care like if it's a $4 or $10 or a $15 PSA graded card and a 9. They just do it anyways. I don't get that one because they lose money on grading, but maybe they make up for it in those mystery packs. Maybe those are super profitable, but either way,
I'm not interested. Good.
What is your motivation? Now Dustin can tell us his. Why are you interested in sending your cards into PSA, Dustin?
To increase the value.
Increase the value.
I'm not interested in spending money to get it graded only to come back with it being worth fucking $12 more after spending $100.
Are you sending anything, Dustin? On this go?
Yeah. No, not on this go.
Okay.
You would have had to ship it to me, and we'll talk about that. Once you ship it to me and it's valuable, you might as well just ship it straight to PSA yourself. That's my opinion.
You're not, unless we grab it enough to like get the bulk rate.
Yeah, exactly.
We're close to getting 20 cards. What is it, 20?
I think it's like 25. We'll pop it. We'll pop it open.
25 is too many. Like, I don't.
It's a hefty amount of cards to send in, especially if you're not like, yo, I'm in love with these. I really want them graded. So that's what we're gonna talk about. Should you even send it in? Maybe it's not a good time. Maybe it's something you need to wait a year or 2 or 3 or 5. But you just have an idea that you want to send it in. Go ahead and keep a spreadsheet and you can see if the value goes up or down where it makes more sense. So definitely don't blindly send your cards in for grading, because here's what's going to happen. It has been well documented on YouTube, Twitch, and the like over the last couple years. A lot of inexperienced people entered the space. They had no idea what they were doing when they opened a bunch of vintage packs on their streams. Like, some of these are big name streamers. They pulled all these fire cards and they thought it's right out of the pack. I got it right out of a brand new box that I opened on my stream. That's a 10. So they valued everything on their stream as a 10. They thought when they sent their cards in, they were coming back at 10. But newsflash, less than 10% of pack fresh pulls are going to get you that PSA 10. So that's why it's highly sought after. Extra value is because it's not easy. You can't just open a pack and pull out a card that's going to get you a PSA 10. You have to know what you're looking for. Go ahead, Dustin.
No, I was yelling at my dog.
Oh, Dustin's yelling at his dog. So feel free to ask questions along the way. but we're gonna give you that overview. Then we're gonna show you the process. Then we're gonna do it on stream. We're gonna get it ready to go. We're gonna get it ready to rock, but we're gonna be a little bit extra careful so I don't dox myself, so some of you creepy people show up at my front door. Gotta be extra careful. But anyways, what's your motivation? Willis, why would you maybe send in one of those rainbow secret rares that you got in your gun safe later in the future? Why would you maybe do that?
To protect it from the elements of dogs, cats, and lizards.
Willis doesn't want the card to ever get damaged by any living beings that's not himself.
Cats or lizards. Those lizards love Pokemon cards. They do.
What is your motivation for maybe getting some of those PSA cards great, or those PSA grades back? What's some of your motivations? Tell us in the YouTube. But anyways, we already mentioned it. Super large disasters well documented on the internet in the last couple years, spending over $10,000 in grading fees, and they absolutely were shocked, floored, sad, and negative in their bank accounts when a majority of those came back as 7s and 8s, and then just a few 9s and a random couple 10s. They did not know what they were looking at and just assumed. Don't do that. Otherwise, you're gonna look like this guy. Please don't look like this guy. Just send your cards in, watch them come back, and you're pulling your hair out because you lost money. Don't do that unless there's a reason. It's definitely not Dustin. Don't be this guy. That's why we're doing this stream tonight.
Too much hair.
Don't do it. Let's see. Josh Munez says, like when everyone heard about Charizard, they thought their washer and dryer Charizard was worth 350K. Yeah, that base set unlimited was printed a lot. There was a lot of Charizards printed, and only the 10s and a few of the 9s were really worth that much, because the 9s that fetched a lot of money were people hoping to maybe get them flipped to 10s. So that was a large business at one point, was getting 9s and trying to get that 10 by cracking the slab open. Is that a good idea? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, let's see. Don't waste your money on grading fees unless it does not matter to you, the grade. That is my other suggestion. Don't waste your money. Make sure you know what you're looking at. Make sure you know what you're looking for, and then make sure you do it correctly, because guess what? If you send those cards in to PSA incorrectly, they're gonna charge you an extra processing fee to get your shit together for you. So follow their instructions. Make sure you don't get upcharged. The other thing is, if you try to slip them in under a different category, like let's say you're trying to grade a card that may be worth 10 G's, you can't send it in under the $200 mark. Otherwise, they're gonna call you and be like, yo, sir, you sent it in under the cheaper cards, but you have a valuable card. We're gonna upcharge you, or do you want us to charge you to send it back? That's literally what's gonna happen. So know what you're looking at.
Is so much higher, like on those expensive cards, that they can actually charge you more. Like,
oh, they definitely do, and we'll show you, because you got to enter it in. And the reason you got to enter it in is in case something bad happens, and you don't want to shortchange yourself, because then if something bad does happen, maybe intentionally, I don't know, suspect, you know, skeptical hippo eyes. But maybe something bad happens and they just swipe your card and send you the low value that you entered on the sheet to save yourself a few dollars in grading fees. Probably not worth it when you got a valuable card. So something to think about. We're gonna show you the services in a second and how we look at this. Let's see what Josh is asking. Is it BGS that does the black label? It is. It is BGS, Beckett Grading Services, that does the black label. That pristine 10 gold label is also worth a premium, because that's a harder grade as well. But that black label is super extra hard, because you have to have a perfect card essentially in order to get that black label 10. So it's worth an astronomical amount over just the gold label. Let's go. Good question, Josh. We're basically just gonna cover PSA, and the reason for that is overall, you're going to get the most value back from PSA as long as you know what you're looking at, because they do charge you a little bit extra. But if you know what you're looking at, you can make money. There's cards right now that you could go hunt out locally. Look at the condition. If it's near mint, you could send it in for grading and you could flip it for a profit. That is a possibility, especially right now, because there are some cheaper options if you're a PSA member, or you submit through groups, then you can avoid the minimums. So, what is your goal? Dustin's is to make money. Mine is to grade cards that make sense to me. And the ones that make sense to me personally are ones that I pulled for myself that I consider to be grail cards. Those are the ones I'm saying in for grading. I pulled them myself. Otherwise, I typically buy graded cards that someone else has pulled or maybe resold a few times. Those are the ones I look for. Let's see what Josh says. Imagine that Umbreon in a black label. It would look so nice. I think the BGS labels look outdated, which is why they're floating the idea of redoing their labels. I personally think if you get a PSA 10, that's going to be like a timeless investment. You know, everyone knows who PSA is. It still fetches a premium pretty much across the board.
What's worth more, a PSA 10 or a black label?
A black label. That it's harder to get by a pretty wide margin. If there was like an extra 10 grade that PSA offered, which is part of the reason why their business is smart, is because they have like an easier window compared to some of these other ones. Because like CGC and BGS, they offer 4 category subcategory grades as well on the label. So that's a lot more things to put on your label. That's a lot more things that could deter a buyer. So just something to think about. What do you like? What do you know about? You know, what do you want in your collection? Because if you're sending it to BGS,
grading is more expensive.
BGS. PSA is going to be more expensive. So
maybe you start with BGS, and if you don't get the black label, then send it on to.
Well, then you're essentially double your grading fees. So are you gonna get that back out? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. And also, you might damage your card getting it out of the plastic. That's something else that you have to consider, because it is a possibility. Make sure you don't damage your card. Like if you take like a PSA 10 trying to get it that black label, you might damage it trying to get it out of that PSA case. So something also to think about there. And that's just more room for error. Like it might get lost in the mail. Make sure you insure these expensive cards. It might get mishandled and they call you and they offer you the value you wrote down on your submission form. Like you just gotta like cross your T's and dot your I's when you're doing this. Otherwise, you might be set up to either lose money or to fail. Don't do either one. We're not gonna allow it tonight on the channel. BlazewizardLIVE, let's go. And make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're subbed to the channel. Do you guys like content like this where we kind of add value to your collection? Do you know how to analyze your collection? Do you already have a spreadsheet going? We know Dustin does because we helped him one night. It did not go that well, but we at least had a spreadsheet going for Dustin's fire polls. Then
we started it. There's a document.
Yeah, it's somewhere. We already told you, don't be this person losing money unless you just want to lose money for your own amusement. I don't know. Some people are into that type of shit. Not me. So again, I don't think I even showed since we went live, but these are the 3 cards we're analyzing. In the last week, we pulled these 3 top cards all live on the channel. That Moonbreon, the Rayquaza, and my personal big boy grail that was very hard for me to pull myself. that Charizard V alternate art from Brilliant Scars. All 3 in the last week. That's why we're doing this video now, is because there's no sense in waiting. We already know our personal collection and goals. We know these 3 all fit in the category of getting them to PSA ASAP. So we're gonna show you how we analyze this. Even the Discord members don't know what's gonna happen. Take a guess in that YouTube chat. Let us know what is about to be packaged up live on stream tonight. What do you guys think? William Smith says 10 10 10. I don't know. We're gonna show you. We might pull them out of the pack, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary because we got them in those good cases. We got them in that clear penny sleeve, and then we put it in to that card saver. Recommended by PSA is to get that card saver, that harder. It's not even like a super dense one. It's in the card saver one with the penny sleeve as well. It's almost maximum protection for shipping already, but we're gonna show you how to take it an extra mile, which is recommended by PSA as well. So what do you guys think is gonna happen on the stream tonight? Which one of those 3? Is it gonna be 0? Is it gonna be 1, 2, or all 3? Which ones are going to PSA tonight on the channel BlazewizardLIVE? What is Andrew saying?
He sounds like he's
Sorry, are you doing the
I can't hear you.
Dude, I don't know. Yeah, really bad.
Say it with your chest.
I don't think he can say anything. He must be driving around. Now I can hear.
Okay, are you doing the expedited grading?
So we're gonna look at that as well. I'm not doing the super fast grading because they've caught up a little bit. So that's something that I analyze as well, as kind of like what I know of the current grading market. PSA has sped it up and the economy has slowed them down as well. So it's been a good inverse if you're trying to get your cards back in a hurry. Some people waited over a year when they sent them in last year. So definitely something to keep in mind is how long is your card going to be out of your hands, because pretty much no one enjoys their card when it's not in their possession, and you can't sell it when it's not in your possession. You can't trade it up or down when it's in your possession. So time can be money. You might miss opportunities. And the other thing is, if you send a newer card in, like let's say the best example right now is going to be that Lost Origins. I can't combine them.
I can't talk.
Lost Origins / aka Lost Oranges. That's a new set, so the prices are still fluctuating. Is now a good time to maybe send it off for 3 or 4 months? Probably not. So keep that in mind. But also, is PSA gonna start charging more? Are they gonna start charging less? Are they gonna keep running these promos they keep running? You just could have sent your card in for $18 for a PSA grade if it was gonna be under $200 once graded. So they go off once graded value, because if they send that thing back and you were about to get a 10 and you put $75 on the sheet, they're gonna give you 75, but in a 10 that might be worth $700. So you just lost out on $625. So don't do that to save yourself maybe $42 or potentially only $12. So these are things to think about so you don't miss out or start crying or be this guy. All right, so let me show you. Oh, this is kind of funny. Some people don't give a shit about their cards. Look at this person. I even snipped it. They put, oh my God. This is Red Eyes White Dragon, I believe, from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then this is the first edition Lugia, and that's, I believe, a first edition or a base set Charizard. Either way, they're using it as a coaster for a cold beverage. That is crazy. That's a troll. We don't do that to our cards, but make sure you're not sending in cards that happen to, because then you're going to get that 4 or 5 and you're going to be really disappointed that you send it in, unless you just don't care, which might be a possibility. You just don't care. So we showed you our big old collection of PSA cards. We need to add to it, so that's the basis for the stream tonight. You guys asked for it. We're gonna deliver. Does Dustin have any questions at this point in the process before we start showing you how to get this thing moving?
No, not yet. I'm following along.
Hell yeah. All right, well, you need, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. You need to know how to inspect your cards. If you're just blindly sending them in, you might be sending them in and it comes back a 5 or a 6 and you just missed a Pokemon Center quality control issue, which happens a lot. If you've seen the video on how they actually get the cards in the pack, they really don't care. There's a lot of machines involved. Might get nicked, it might get scrunched, it might still make it in the pack. You gotta know. And then another thing that happens is like some of the products smush the pack. So like we've opened some of those Pokeball tins on stream and the corners of those packs get smushed in there sometimes. So you might have a smashed corner and you're sending in and getting a 4 and you spent $100 because you thought I was going to get a 10 and you sent those grading fees. They're not going to send you back grading fees, but they're definitely going to charge you more. So keep that in mind.
Just eyeball the centering, or do you ever like a micrometer?
I personally don't have a vision issue to like discover an issue between like that 10 and 9 threshold, but maybe some people do, and they might need to get like an actual centering tool so they can see the centering on the card.
Hey, Jason,
but it depends.
Chat, please.
What's going on in the chat? All right, let's see. Josh says, I have a Glaceon VMAX All Art. Looking at the back, I can tell it's not going to get a 10, probably not even a 9, but the art on that card is so nice. So, but it might be worth it to you that you pulled it and you like the card a lot. So you just want to send it in and get it graded. It doesn't matter to you what the grade comes back. It's already there. It's preserved forever. Like Will said, that his motivation might be to send in some for grading. It's never going to get damaged. You're not going to jostle it around and chip a corner when you're moving one day. It's in the plastic case. Worst thing, the case might crack in the corner or, you know, across the middle, and you got to send it in and they recase it, but it's not going to damage the card. So keep those things in mind when you're thinking about that motivation, because sometimes you just want to send it in no matter what, which we're going to talk about too. Lost Oranges.
But that takes a person that's really just passionate about the fucking collecting.
It depends.
About that particular car. Because that's basically spending $100 just to make sure it's protected.
I mean, there's some cheaper options, especially if you're going to send in multiple.
Yeah, because if it doesn't come back as a 9+, from what I've seen, like a raw is almost equal to a 9 in most pricing.
Especially with modern, that's a big thing. Is if the modern card out of the pack has a very good shot at getting a 9 or that 10, and unless it's in like one of those, you know, promos or like the little cardboard promo inserts, like those can get smushed up long before you ever even see it on the shelf. So
like, let's take your Moonbreon. What's the number on your Moonbreon?
Oh no, we're gonna show you. I already have it out. So here we go. We're gonna get started into this. So my first slide of the stream tonight in our PSA, should you do it? Should you not? Do you even care? And are gonna do it anyways? Here we go. We're gonna show you these bullet points. So first,
oh my god, this guy's prepared as fuck.
Yeah, actually, this is reusing from a stream I did a long time ago.
I've never been more impressed with you personally.
I did this a long time ago, so this is reusing, so I can't even claim like I just did this. But either way, it's money. Here we go. Our bullet points for getting your cards to PSA. First, analyze your cards, your collection, and your options, because guess what? You might find, and this is actually a realistic possibility, especially with a lot of cards, you might find that you could just go buy the PSA 9 or 10 of the card you really like, and it could be cheaper than the grading fees associated with doing the exact same thing. So if that's a real possibility, are you emotionally attached to the card? Maybe you pulled it yourself, you gotta send it in. It's, hey, I pulled this card and it's in my collection now as a PSA 9 or 10. Or should you just be better off buying that card and selling your card raw? You might come out way ahead in that scenario. That's a realistic possibility. So make sure you've researched that same card in a PSA 9 or a 10 if it's packed fresh and you pulled it. Otherwise, if you have it in your collection, you picked it up secondhand, you're thinking about sending it in, make sure you look at that card and make sure you really look it over. Just don't assume by first glance, front and back, what it's going to happen. So we'll show you how we looked at ours. Then number 2, that leads me in there, thoroughly inspect all cards because you might miss that Pokemon Center quality control issue. Andrew Smith chimes in with good tips. Blaze Wizard, we appreciate it, Andrew. We're adding that value. The people called for it, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna show you how we do this because we avoided a disaster. That's all I'm gonna say. What do you guys think it was?
Does anybody know?
The stream was sponsored pre-stream and we still haven't felt like doing anything extra, so it might join us. We might get a sponsored stream later, but instead,
what was the sponsor pre-stream? What was the pre-stream?
It was
pre-stream
Margaritaville, aka my kitchen. That was pre-stream and it was definitely not a light one. So then our third step is going to be that PSA submission form, and it's online first, then you print it out, because that's how they track you and update you, is you basically help them be efficient because they get so many cards. So a big piece of PSA is they have a very user-friendly website compared to especially BGS. Josh, especially BGS, PSA is a breeze. You go through the website real quick and we're gonna go through it. Then you print it out. They get it all generated. They print it out. You fill it in and kind of sign off on some things. Then you package it up with your card securely. Ship it to them. Make sure you insure it, especially if it's really valuable. Don't go cheap because USPS especially is brutal with nice shit. Don't do it or you're gonna be mad. Insure those nice cards. Let's see. Josh says, how many Evolving Skies packs have you opened, do you think? I started thinking about it actually 2 days ago, and my assumption's around 700 packs. Around 700 packs. Definitely not cheap. But we have pulled some of the big hitter cards, and we did not even think about sending those to PSA, and I'll tell you why. Pokemon John 13, join us in that YouTube chat. Thanks for chatting. John says, so true, because I pulled a Dragonite V all art and it was off centered and one corner was a little messed up, so I bought one slab for 90 and it's a CGC 9. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Great example, Pokemon John, is you were better off buying the guaranteed PSA 9 that someone else already spent the money on and already took the risk on because it was a good deal, and then you could just sell yours or also keep yours as in your binder card as I pulled it.
They just killed Tua. Holy
shit. Did you break him?
He's dead.
Who's Tua?
Oh my god. He did that finger thing, like where your fingers go like limp. Oh my god.
What happened? What are you talking? Oh, it was a football game? Yeah. Willis is watching Thursday Night Football. Sorry.
He just hit his head, I guess.
All right. And Josh Muniz says before the Umbreon. Yeah. So about 650 packs to the Umbreon. And along the way, I pulled the Medicham V All Art. I pulled the Leafeon VMAX All Art, and I pulled the Sylveon VMAX All Art. Those are all arts that I pulled from Evolving Lives before the Moonbreon. Then I grabbed the Moonbreon, then the Rayquaza VMAX alternate art right after. So really have worked my way through the top 5 of Evolving Lives a lot faster than most people. I definitely feel like I got lucky, especially here recently, because before recently I probably wouldn't have said I got lucky. Pokemon John 13 says, yeah, it's a binder card now. Okay, I like it. I like binder cards as well. I mean, you could still enjoy those. It doesn't have to be all slabbed up with a nice grade on there. Let's see. And then fourth step is gonna be package and actually physically mail your submission in. So we're gonna go through all the way through 4.5 tonight. We're not gonna get to the other 0.5 and number 5. It won't happen tonight, but that's why you need to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for all notifications so you don't miss when we get these cards back from PSA, because you know we're gonna open them live on stream. You're gonna get that genuine reaction.
Wow.
I'm gonna do it live on stream.
Welcome to the stream.
I got a question.
And Andrew chimes in with a question.
Give me energy in the chat. You have to own a printer to do this?
You do. I had to pay someone to print this out because I didn't want to bother my neighbors.
Buy a printer to do it.
You have to buy a printer. Let's see. Pokemon John says
there's a printer.
I spend like $8 in gas to get something printed. It took me 1,000 packs for my Umbreon VMAX all art, but I have a master set of Evolving. How many of those cards in the master set did you trade for or buy though versus open? Because that's what I always want to know. If you tried to pull them all yourself, that set is insanely tough. You will get stuck on 1 to 2 to 5 of those cards. Like, I've never seen those lower end alternate arts, which is kind of weird, right? Like, I've only seen the upper end alternate arts, not the lower end.
Weird flex.
What do you guys think about that? Is my luck that good, or is Evolving Live super weird? Super good luck. All right. And last but not least, the best part, the biggest, most fun activity you can have in the hobby, in my opinion, is sending in those cards that you're emotionally attached to, waiting on them, ignoring the email. You get it. They don't tell you in the email, but if you click it and open it up, they will show you the grades before they show up at your door. Ignore it. Do not do it. Keep edging. Don't ruin the surprise. It takes like 3 more days. Just wait for it to show up at your door. Open that box. It's going to be better than Christmas. I promise you. Just immerse yourself in the surprise that's gonna be in that box from PSA.
Only an asshole couldn't wait.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Only
pin that tip, Blaze Wizard.
What is it?
Pin that tip.
Pin that tip?
What?
That's a good one. Yeah, pin it.
Pin it. All right.
Pin it. Don't open the email.
Don't open the email. I'll pin it after the stream in the comments.
mean,
Do
open
not
email, just
open that email.
Not opening shit.
When it finally works its way through the process, don't do it. You will be missing out on the best part of the hobby, in our opinion. Let's see what Pokemon John 13 says. Thanks for being here, Pokemon John, and chatting away. Bottom right of the screen is that YouTube chat where Pokemon John 13 is. Bot 17, but I pulled all arts, but Ray Ray, VMAX, and Sleeve Blister had all my good hits. Wow, Sleeve Blisters, huh? I mean,
I bought 17.
he bought 17 to complete his master set. I mean, that tells you what you need to know. He opened a bunch and then still gave up because that is a very mean set. It's a very mean set. So what do you guys think for our bullet points as we start working through our submission here live on the channel tonight? What do you guys think? All right, next up, we're gonna show you.
You have a fucking slideshow for us?
I even have a slideshow. Yeah, let's go. PowerPoint. Analyze your cards and options. So that's what we're going to show you, because if you haven't done this part, you can't even decide if you want to send them in unless, like I said earlier, you're just dead set and it doesn't matter which grade or how much you spent on getting that grade. You're just sending it in anyways, in which case, by all means, I get it. I get it.
What's wrong with his fingers?
Everyone collects differently. Everyone collects
That west
differently.
side, he's trying to eat a dub.
Let's see. Pokemon John says just the tip, and William says rip the tip. Let's go. Just a big tip. that's gonna get pinned. So how long do you think it's gonna take to get your Umbreon back? So we're gonna show you that as well, Josh, because we're gonna be informing tonight. It's a little bit slower of a hangout stream because we're just chilling, as we're excited to be able to do this with you guys because you've been asking for it, and we have a card or 2 or 3 that is very worthwhile to sending in. So here's my spreadsheet. I only showed 4 cards in my spreadsheet. I have over 100 on this bad boy because you don't know if it could be worthwhile sending in unless you put it on the spreadsheet, if you're analyzing potential profit, that is. So even cards that, here's the other thing, even cards that are like $4 or $5 raw ungraded might be over $100 in a PSA 10. So something to keep in mind. It's a possibility. Stream admin Dustin and ex-stream admin Willis have seen it many far times. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you already know it happens frequently where that PSA 10 number just kind of shocks you because that's a hard grade. Less than 10% of pack fresh pulls are going to be that PSA Gem Mint 10. Are you going to get it on your card? Have you already gotten it like we have? Because we called it. We said this was getting a 10, and it did.
Change your card value
by a lot, yeah. Or maybe even 10x. It depends.
Oh, dude, you look at it like, oh, it's $8 fucking ungraded, but fucking 190.
It definitely depends.
Like, holy shit.
100%. Like that PSA Gem Mint 10 could 10 or 20 or 100x your card value. You just never know. So that's why you got to analyze. Make that smart decision, because here's the other thing that BlazewizardLIVE, the channel, recommends is assume you're getting the 9 from PSA. Assume you're gonna get the 9. That way you're not disappointed. You didn't waste money on fees potentially. And third, when you get that Gem Mint 10, it's the extra big BlazeWizard dance opportunity because you just hit the jackpot. Let's go. Make sure you keep your expectations realistic when your chances are less than 10%. Here's the other thing. Very experienced submitters to PSA, like people that submit thousands of cards a month to PSA, even their ratio is going to be about 10% when you hit that Gem Mint 10. It's not an easy grade, so you have to know what they're looking for, and you got to look for it yourself so you're not disappointed and you don't waste your time. Because like I said, you might just be better off hopping on eBay. Don't spend any money, time, hassle of sending into PSA. Just hop in there, find that cheapest PSA 9 or try to snipe it on an auction like I have a couple times, and then it's on the way to your door. It might take 4 or 5, maybe a week if they're slow to get it out to you, and then you have it a week later in the grade you want. You didn't overpay, you didn't gamble on sending it in. So that's a realistic option for a lot of people if they're not emotionally attached to maybe if they pulled it like I am. If I pulled it myself, I want to send it in and get it graded. Other people are like, I don't care. I'm going to sell it for the raw graded price, and I'm going to buy the PSA grade that I want, because then it takes the guesswork, the potentially wasted grading fee money. It takes it right out of there. Let's see what is going on in the chat. Andrew Smith chimes in with, my tip got ripped. We're not even going to ask about that. Jeez. Jesus. Then we're gonna see Pokemon John 1,000 times $3.99. It's too much. My wife hates Pokemon addiction. LOL. You gotta make sure you got that happiness balance in life. If you gotta open Pokemon packs and you lose money, but it's worth its weight in gold and entertainment, it's worthwhile. Some people like to go to the strip club. Some people like to go to the movies and out to eat. Some like to go to the bar still. Some people like to buy expensive cars. Some people like to collect coins. You just never know. You gotta do what you like. Otherwise, it's a boring ass life. Don't do that. Just do it, Pokemon John 13. We like it. Let's go.
That was great, dude.
Let's go.
Hey, next stream, life tips.
Life tips.
Oh, wow.
Then Pokemon John 13 says, I you expect low and get a high grade, it'll be way more satisfying if LOL. I couldn't agree more there, but I can tell you when we were analyzing our cards and looking at them, we guessed we were going to get a 9 and a 10, and these came back a 9 and a 10. So it might not be rocket science unless you're just going in blind. Then it might be a lot more like rocket science. So here's the 4 cards we analyzed. On the left, we got the card number and the name of the card in case you need to Google it real quick and update your spreadsheet. Just quick copy and paste. Then we have the ungraded value in that first column. What is it worth while it's sitting in your hand? Before you even send it to PSA, you need to know how much it's worth. These are today's values. Raw and ungraded. I looked at that alternate art Charizard from Brilliant Scars because that was my one and only chase card. We did it. We pulled it, what, last night at this point? Yeah, last night. It still doesn't really feel real. We pulled that one chase card for the channel. That alternate art Charizard was last pack magic on last night's stream. We did it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on things just like that last night. Then we got the MOONBREON VMAX alternate art from Evolving Lives worth $450 today. That is crazy. People are paying $450 for a card you could walk into the store, open one pack, and pull out yourself. Absolutely crazy. Josh says, at least you can get some money back on bulk if you're determined enough. I definitely agree. I'm not determined enough. I'm trying to find someone that's going to get all mine for like maybe a couple booster boxes. Like that would be ideal for me. So I'm trying to find that. We'll see. And then number 3 on our list of 4 that we analyzed today before we started working on our video, getting prepared for the stream, that Rayquaza VMAX alternate art from Evolving Lives that we pulled on Monday, or was it Sunday? I don't even know. We've been pulling such fire. It's just a blur at this point. Is my life even real? Is this channel even real? Thankfully, we got the VOD to look back on because we've been doing it. Let's go. Let's go. On the channel, live for your viewing pleasure. We've been doing it. The big pulls. And then last but not least, the card that we've pulled 3 of, we even made a video, the triple, the trio, the Rainbow Zard from Brilliant Scars. We've pulled 3. One was Dustin's. Dustin's has not been sent to PSA yet, but our first pull did. That's not a bad idea.
Dustin's was pretty clean, huh?
Dustin's is definitely going to be a 10. I fully believe it. And my third one even as well. Crazy that we got 3 perfect copies of that Rainbow Zard live on the channel.
Yeah, maybe I will send on with yours.
There we go. We've done it before. We've gotten it, but look, that card value is down. That card value is down. I can tell you when I first sent mine, it did not matter to me. So keep that in mind.
Was it raw or ungraded? Yeah. What's the number?
95 for the Rainbow Zard ungraded right now. So when I sent mine to PSA, it was about 140, but Brilliant Scars was only about 45 days old. That was an early pull. What is it now? A 10 right now is 280, a 9 125, and those are the the PSA grades. You'll notice, and the reason I left this column is to go over it again so I wouldn't forget, but I don't analyze CGC or Beckett because I personally don't want them in my collection. So this was a personal submission. I only prefer PSA cards myself, so I left that column blank, but you might analyze that as a part of your data and your analysis on getting your collection to PSA.
Is that grading cost that you have on there actually accurate? Is it $50 a card?
So I'll show you the other categories, but those are the ones that I was looking at, the $50 submit, because I don't like to be away from it for too long. But here we go. We're in this section of analyze your cards and options because we're just hanging out tonight. We're just hanging out. We're not going too quick. I'm going to do another updated video that's recorded that's a little bit quick hitting on this since I have all the material, especially fresh in my head again. So we're in that analyze your cards and options because we showed you our spreadsheet. So we were looking at sending our cards in under that $50 submission. So I'll show you why we chose that. Why are we choosing to do the $50 service? Because if you're familiar with PSA at all, there's lots of options. So let's show you what is going on. If I can find it. Here it is. It's the PSA services.
Oh my God.
These are your options, so make sure you pay close attention.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure you pay close attention. Those blue boxes are going to be members only options. So make sure you pay special attention to those blue ones, because if you're not a member, these are not options for you. You got to pay that $100 membership fee, and that's every year. They used to have a little bit better one that was a little bit more expensive that came with some free graded cards or grading services as well. But unfortunately, they don't have the option because they're still a little bit busy and they have a backlog. So that's why you're going to see these days in the service options. Let's see what the live stream's saying real quick. Make sure we don't miss anything. Jeez. Thanks for being on the YouTube chat. It makes it so much more interesting for me, guys. So thanks for chatting away. Let's see what Pokemon John was saying. Just bought an EX Unseen Forces CGC 8 and Umbreon Undonna PSA 8. Paid $430 total. See, if you would open those packs yourself to pull those cards and hope that they got a PSA 8 and you paid the grading fees, you're way out. So that's a good purchase in my opinion. That's a great purchase, especially if you're attached to the cards. Also says true, Josh, but bulk is 1 cent right now. Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. He's talking about commons and uncommons. So
yeah, I know.
Reverses, reverse hollows in general, reverse hollow rares, non-hollow rares, rares, V cards, V maxes, even if they're not the greatest ones, or V stars are all a little bit extra premium, etc., etc.
What do they even do with them? Like, what do you do with those cards?
You can
buy them for a penny.
You can hold on to them and hope they appreciate in value. A lot of people do that.
I got a question, B-Dub.
Go for it, Andrew. Chime in anytime, Discord.
Does PSA ever run any sales, or does the pricing just fluctuate based on demand?
So they're definitely doing incentives now that they've hired more and they've got a little bit more efficient with their processes. So they have ran specials when they need to get a little bit more backlog going, and what they consider that backlog is those cards that have been processed and shipped to them and are awaiting grading. So that's their backlog, and they like to have a lengthy backlog because their business is only profitable if they have lots of cards waiting to be graded. They can't be waiting on cards to show up at the door. So I think they're grading about 1 million cards a month recently. Might be a little bit more. I did not check this morning, but on their latest, they usually do like a data report. A lot of their cards are sports, but a lot have been Pokemon as well. So PSA offers lots of different options. Keep in mind, other grading services use business days. PSA uses calendar days, so I definitely like that. It's a little bit more easy to process in my mind. I'm not like, how many months is that? So here we go. That bulk, if you have a card that's 200 or less when it's a PSA 10, I always caution that. If it has a good shot at being a PSA 10, don't get upcharged when you send it in. That's never a fun notice to get. When they're like, yo, sir, your order's on hold until you pay us more money. Don't do that, because then you might not get that quick turnaround. Our last submission was quoted at 90 days. I got it back in 3 weeks. So if you do it right, it might be quick. Don't be stupid. Don't try to save $8 or something. That's stupid. All right, so the next service, if you're a member or you use a group submit, because there are middleman options. You might not even want to do this yourself. Keep that in mind, because there's online middlemen, there's local middlemen, and you might find that more convenient if you can just drop it off at someone's house in a card saver or a top loader, and then they do the rest from there and charge you $5 and tell you when it shows back up. That might be preferred. There's online services at that point. I mentioned to Dustin earlier, if you're gonna put it in the mail to someone already who's then gonna turn around and put it in the mail, you might as well just send it directly. It's not that hard on PSA. Beckett is not as convenient. CGC is also easy to submit through. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. I sell it on Facebook Market 30 for ETB full. A bulk? I mean, that's really good if you can get 30 bucks for an ETB a bulk. KPE says, what up, Blaze family? What up, KPE?
Welcome back.
William Smith shouts out KPE as well because he's our good luck charm.
I choose you.
I mean, it looks like $50 is the sweet spot, really.
Agreed. So that's why I chose it for our cost tab. What up, William? What up, Dustin and Willis? That's my brother, says Andrew Smith, and KPE dabs on him. Let's go.
What up, KPE?
Then, okay, so let's get back to it. Oh, we hacked a step. So make sure you look at that value cap. So if you're submitting a MOONBREON that's going to get a PSA 10, you can't even use that value slot. So keep that in mind. You know, they're not going to allow that. The
You're talking about the economy is the cheapest you can do that card.
Yeah, and you can see right here, if you get a 9, it just squeaks in under that $500 mark. So
but just send it if you're
yeah, just and the other thing is look at these times. So bulk says 120 calendar days, 4 months. I don't think that's realistic, and they also tell you these are not guaranteed times. So if they take in way more bulk than they were anticipating that month, then you might see it 7 or 8 months.
Card, so
a lot of people have like a lot of cards that they get graded, period, because they want like graded collection sets. Like a lot of people want a graded master set, you know, so they'll collect all the cards and then they'll send them in under a bulk rate. So a lot of those cards are not premium cards. So definitely there's an asterisk that goes with that. Andrew's question was, are there discounts? So they've ran 2 discounts here recently. One was, I believe, $30, but that was 4 months ago. They've since instilled that as a permanent option again. And then one was $18 for the month of July. It was 25 card minimum submit. You had to be a member, and the cap, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was 400, maybe 300 bucks. So that was their most recent special. That was a good time to send your cards in. But my thinking, and that was a part of my analysis for the submission today / this evening, is I think PSA is going to drop their grading fees more. So they might put that $18 option as a permanent option, and they might take less asterisks out of there. Or they might open up a $15 option or a $14 or a $10 option once they get caught up, because the economy has shrunk how many people are opening cards and sending them in for grading. So at a certain point, their backlog's going to run out. And right now their backlog's been trailing about 6 months. So maybe in 4 months from now, you start seeing that and they offer a lot more promotions, or they drop into a low tier that fits a lot of your cards categories that you've been waiting to save or send in. Then you might save yourself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in grading fees. So how urgent is your submission to PSA? Keep that in mind, because it might improve over time. Your situation might improve if you're not like, I got to get it right now. So is it I must have it right now? Does it matter on these tiers or not? Because typically if you have a card over $500, it's going to be in one of these upper categories anyways. You're not going to be able to send it in under those promotional or low tier bulk rates that they might open up in the future. So something to keep in mind is future grading costs. In 2020 and 21, grading fees were going up, not down. Now they're going down. So are you emotionally invested in getting it graded ASAP, or can you just wait and potentially save yourself money? Because worst case, that $30 service and $22 service is going to be there 2 to 5 to 6 months from now. So don't feel pressured to send it in unless you really want to. Also, middleman service, I like Omosh online. I have not personally used him, but thousands have. He's a funny character, and he does a live YouTube opening of your card before he sends it to you after he gets it from PSA, which is pretty exciting. if you like someone else opening your card. I personally wouldn't like that, but I like watching his openings of other people's PSA submits, or he does other middleman services too. Super cheap.
Man, that's a lot of talking.
Oh yeah. Okay, so $50 is what I selected, because guess what? None of the 3 cards I was gonna send in at a PSA 10 were going to be over $1,000. So I'm not big balling with some of those first edition base set cards that people send in. So I can slip mine.
Show me the cards.
I can slip mine in under this economy service with no problem. And 2 of these 3 could have slipped in under that value service, but I don't want to wait potentially 4 months or longer for these cards to come back. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, you didn't even see that, did you? Because I have the window up. Here we go. We'll show it off real quick.
Can't see them.
We got our 3 cards. 2 of these 3 could have easily slid in under that value service, but number 1, I did not pay for a membership this year because I have not wanted to use any of the membership features. I've been using their open features, so I haven't paid that extra $100. So keep that in mind. That membership is going to cost you $100, so factor that into your grading fees. If you're going to send in 5 cards, that's $20 each. We'll do that math for you. Let's go. Doing math for our viewers. All right, here we go. So that $100 service is going to be a little quicker. You know, it's going to be that 2 to 4 weeks of turnaround. Now,
read chat.
I believe it's going to go a little quicker than that if you send it in. Efficiently. Aaron Blue says PSA is kind of sketch. When I send in inexpensive, literally perfect cards, then come back 9s, but cheaper and worse condition come back 10s. I feel like the PSA employees only grade their Zards 10s. Woof. So keep in mind when you send, there's a lot of hot takes on grading cards in general. But if you send your card in, they're looking at that thing for less than 10 seconds because that's the only way they can make money. So you might be better off sending it back in. You may not. You might just be giggling at the fact that someone graded your potentially Gem Mint 10 a 6. But the other thing is you might have missed something, because that's what I've seen a lot. I saw one locally where guy sent in a alternate art Charizard, which we just showed you ours. They sent it in and it came back a PSA 5, and they just literally missed a defect that came from Pokemon. They opened it from a pack. They didn't look at the card. They sent it in. They were shocked when they saw it in the case. The other thing is your holo pattern or your centering or just different minor features to each card, you can identify if it's your card or not. So they literally just missed a defect because it was the exact same card that they sent in. The PSA employee didn't miss it and they docked you bigly. You know, don't do that. We're gonna show you how to look at it. And then Express is gonna be super quick and you can have a really valuable card. Super Express is for like sports cards or, you know, first edition gold star cards.
What the fuck is that?
Walkthrough is you walk in the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta fly there. You gotta fly there.
Really?
Where are they located?
They're in Newport Beach, California. I think that's correct.
Oh wow.
You want to go?
Yeah, let's do a field trip.
I mean,
should we do a walkthrough submission for $600? Make sure you donate. Hit me up if you want to donate so we can do a live stream fly into California. Let's see. I had a magnifying glass on my Moonbreon. Can't find anything unless they got an x-ray machine, but I'm just a bit salty. Oh, you got the 9 on the Moonbreon? That's the thing though. They really look at that foil pattern as well, and you just might not be looking at the same thing that I'm looking at or they're looking at, which, dude, it's also human error factors in. So that's why I said earlier in our stream, go and aim and expect for the 9, because when it's a 9, you're not disappointed, you're not crying, you're not sad. When you get the 10, you're doing the Blaze Wizard dance, you're popping bottles, you're doing the jackpot noise in the background. Like, Make that 10 the extra badass surprise. Don't rely on the 10.
It's crazy to me that there are no notes or feedback or anything at all. They just grade it and send it back to you. Like there's nothing to go off of at all.
That is weird. I wish they would say like top right is fucking has this.
I absolutely agree. So those like CGC and Beckett offer those subgrades, so they're gonna give you some notes in regards to the subgrade. The only time they give you those notes is if they don't grade your card. They'll tell you why. They'll be like, I saw it was altered here, like coloring added here. So that is a common complaint since PSA has instilled their services, but they've always been the top dog, and that's just how they're gonna do it. Is they're not gonna tell you and hint or anything. They're just gonna say, hey, send your card in and we'll tell you what it should be graded. It kind of adds to the mystique a little bit too. Agreed, especially because like you'll hear some people describe a card as like a bad 10 or a soft 10 or like a perfect 10 or like a potentially black label 10. There's different 10s out there. You might have a 10 with a little bit of whitening in the corner, but PSA is like, yo, that's a gem mint card because it looks like it came out of the factory that way and everything else was great about it. So they'll give you that gem mint 10 for a non theoretically perfect card. Beckett is not going to give you that black label 10 if you have whitening on the corner. It doesn't matter where it came from, how small it is, you're not getting that black label. So that's why it fetches that premium. So anyways, this is going to go forever, I can tell, but I like this. Do you guys find this productive? Are you getting your questions out there? The Discord and the YouTubes, what do you guys think? What are you thinking? I'm
enjoying myself.
You're enjoying. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I use for this easier exercise, and if you're really hyper focused on profit, I highly recommend not using price charting unless you're going to individually open these options here. So this is the Charizard V-Star Secret Rainbow Rare from Brilliant Scars. It's now $95 ungraded. In a PSA 10, the last 3 sold for about $280. Last 4 sold for about $280 in that PSA 10. So if you pull this out of a $4 sleeve booster pack that you get from Best Buy, it's going to be worth $95 in your hand. You're going to have to turn around and at least spend $30, because if it gets a 10, it goes over that $22 service. So you're gonna add $30 to your $33 pack, and you might get a $122 card if it comes back a 9. Expect that 9. When you get that $280 card back, you're happy, you're dancing, you're over the moon like we were when we got our Secret Rainbow Rare. So that's how I analyze this and kind of put together my data sheet, because I might want to sell my $95 card and buy the gem mint for $10.80 off eBay, and then it's at my door in 4 days, and I'm not worried it's going to come back a 9 or expecting it to come back a 9. I already know the 10's on the way to my door. I'm enjoying it faster. So factor that in. Is your pleasure getting it graded yourself, or is it owning the card? Because you might just care about owning the card. You don't even buy packs, you just buy gem mint 10s of the cards you like. That's a realistic way to collect and save money and still have a baller collection that you want. So are you emotionally attached? Are you motivated in the attachment to maybe opening it yourself? Or maybe it's a card that you traded for, or you went and bought locally and it's like your childhood favorite card, you're sending it in, you want it slabbed. Like, I get it. So just know why you're doing it. Otherwise, you're wasting your time, your money, and your fun. Don't do that. Let's see. Yeah, I appreciate the response. Have you had the situation where a card comes back and you're just confused on the grade? I have not personally done that yet, but we're about to show you, because it's a part of our bullet point number 2. We just showed you how to analyze your cards, so we'll take that off the screen. Way to lead into it, Aaron Blue, and thanks again for being on the channel. Welcome. We're gonna show you the next bullet point so you can avoid being this guy. Don't pull your hair out and watch your money go down the toilet. We don't want it to happen. Here we go. Thoroughly inspect all cards is our second bullet point. Make sure once you've compiled your data and you're like, oh, I'm potentially going to send these in, the next step before you think about hitting that submission form online is to actually look at your cards. If you need to bust out a magnifying glass, do it. If you need to get a centering tool, do it. If you need to get some friends over and they look at it too, do it. Don't just send it into to PSA, because they charge you shipping and handling and insurance as well. It's built in. So you're not only paying those grading fees, but you got to pay shipping both ways. So keep that in mind.
Are centering tools? What's that, like on Amazon or like actual centering tools?
Yeah, like it comes in like a perfect like square, I think, and you can expand it or contract it, you know?
Holy shit.
Yeah, and you can just set it over something if you're just not sure.
That's wild.
So if you need something like that, like if you're about to do a $10,000 grading fee submission to PSA and you're going to go through 100 cards, maybe you need to do that.
$10,000, yeah.
Yeah, because you might have gone online and sniped a bunch of near mint ungraded copies of like first edition Charizards, and you're sending in a bunch of those and they don't let you use the low grading services for that. You got to pay up the ass because those cards are valuable and they know they're putting their name behind it. So they're going to charge you that premium. So if you're going to do that, it might be worthwhile to, you know, send it to professionals as well. Like it might be better off because they might tell you like, no, this one's going to get a 6, you know?
For sure.
Avoid a disaster. Okay. So here's what we did. I've already looked at these pre-stream, but I'm going to show you what we did to look at these and why you need to look at them before you just send them in after you pulled them out of the pack. So on this one, my analysis of this card is the centering is not perfect left to right and the centering is not perfect top to bottom. I think this card has a 90% chance at getting a 9 on the very best day by the quickest employee who loves Charizard and maybe is just feeling generous. It's like a Friday afternoon. He gives me a 10.
Or he's drunk.
Or he's drunk. And he just looked at the back because the back has better centering. I don't understand that. I don't get how that happens. So the front centering is going to be weighted more. So the other pieces, is Theo getting? Oh, he's being good. The other things they're going to look at. So centering is going to be that number 1, the visual eye test. Then they're going to look at that surface. They're going to look at the corners. What do you guys think? I think this is going to be a 9 all day, every day. If it comes back a 10,
that centering is not good in the front, dude.
It doesn't. It like this is definitely within the threshold of a 9.
Really?
Yeah.
It's bat right.
So the rest of it, you need to look. So this
Back is good.
Some of this stuff is from me setting it down. So there's like actually no dust on it. So make sure, and so it's corners and edges. So make sure you look at your cards, because what can happen is you might find a flaw from Pokemon, because that's the number 1 issue. Did you find a flaw from Pokemon? Do you guys see any flaws in that?
Back is fat and bottom is fat.
Yep, so that's centering. We're just looking for flaws now. We already addressed the centering is not the best.
Yeah, Dustin.
Let's hammer that home. Let's hammer it home.
So
You have a garbage card.
in Blaze Wizard's PSA opinion, this card will get a PSA 9, but for me, that does not matter because I'm emotionally attached to it. This was my one chase card. We opened probably 1,000 packs looking for it. We finally got it.
Yeah, we did.
I don't care that it's gonna get that 9. I already looked, it has no flaws on the card. It's gonna get that 9. So let's look at our spreadsheet again. The raw cost is 182. The PSA 9 is 195, but grading is just the grading fee is 50 plus shipping and insurance. I'm going to take a likely loss on grading this card. So make sure you've done that analysis. Otherwise, you're gonna be this guy. It won't be a surprise to me. I don't care. And I also am not going to send it in to a slower group submission because I don't want to wait and I want to sub it myself. And there's no reason to pay a membership for one card, essentially being a little bit cheaper of a grading fee. So that is how I analyzed this card. Do you guys think I analyzed it correctly? Do you agree that this is going to get that PSA 9 like our full art Charizard did? So we had the same issue with this card. That left to right is off a substantial amount. We saw it before we sent it in. We expected the 9 and we got the 9. Let's see what the chat thinks. We've got I heard some people try to send in their cards purposely on Fridays because the grader is more likely to be in a better mood. LMAO. You know, you never know when it's actually going to hit the grader's hands, but hopefully it does hit it on a Friday afternoon and he just rushes through it.
Laying there on a fucking Thursday.
He's like, he just looks at my card real quick. He's like, oh yeah, fucking Charizard 10, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, let's go, baby, let's go. All right, so you guys already heard 90% chance this gets a 9. Do you agree? Pokemon John says 9 all day. And then Pokemon John also says Pokemon needs to fix the quality control. I hate when you finally pull your chase card and it's off center or something is wrong. Pack for us should be perfect no matter what. I agree. I definitely agree. But when they, you know, print 9 billion cards, that becomes
boring.
That becomes
be honest.
A little bit challenging. And you're right. I agree that getting that 10 should be hard. And getting a perfect card out of a pack should be hard because when you do it, it's that much sweeter. And that's why people open the packs and collect the cards. It's all about that chase. And sometimes it's a very painful chase. My first big pull out of Evolving Lives was that Rayquaza Secret Rainbow Rare. And the centering was nearly a miscut. It was so bad. So bad. Let's see. Aaron Blue says, yeah, I think that's a solid 9 at least. So everyone's kind of in agreement. Pokemon John 13 says, but I buy 9 billion cards. It definitely feels that way. Jeez. Imagine the bulk at Pokemon John 13's house. That is crazy. What do you guys think about this stream so far? What questions do you have? What things do you analyze when you're looking at your collection and maybe sending them in for grading?
Let's go. Woo-hoo.
Tell us in that YouTube chat. All right, here's where I avoided the disaster. So that Rayquaza VMAX alternate art doesn't have the best centering. So I think this has a potential of squeaking through as a 10, but unlikely. Let's look at the back. Also off center on the backside, so I feel like that makes it a 9 already, but I spotted an issue and this has nothing to do with me. Good boy. Gotta make sure Theo's being good in the background. Stream puppy Theo. All right, so that Rayquaza VMAX alternate art, unfortunately we did get an issue with our card from Pokemon. Nothing I did. And it might not show up on camera that well, but I'm going to try to show it to you. In this bottom right of the screen, the bottom right of the card, I'm trying to show it as clear as possible. Can you guys see it? The sleeve kind of alludes to it, but it is not straight cut across the bottom. There's a little indent from the cutting of the corner, it looks like.
No, you were wilding. Broke it.
I wish I was wrong, and I wish I could damage a card to make it look like that. But in my opinion,
the one you slammed your headset on?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
And then he said his call.
Let's watch the replay.
No. So
right where you damaged the card.
So you guys can see it in that VMAX pattern in the bottom right. That cut from Pokemon.
He's like fucking slam the fuck out of it.
So I'm lucky that I really paid attention on this. Otherwise, I would have been really sad because, in my opinion, this had a best case of a PSA 7.
Holy shit! There's a John on the
Sloppy Wiper enters the Discord.
He's video
Can you
live.
show that in your stream, Jason?
No, I don't know how to do
Turn
that.
it off.
Let's see. Did you pull the MOONBREON or buy it raw? Asks Aaron Blue. We pulled it live on the channel Friday night. We pulled all 3 of these cards live on the channel in the last week. We've had unbelievable luck. 3 crazy pulls in the last week live on stream. But I am sad to report I discovered that we got unlucky with the cut of this Rayquaza VMAX. Now, do I think a Pokemon or a PSA employee could miss it? Probably. Do I think they're going to? Probably not, because they look at these cards way closer than the average human. They're gonna notice it when I notice it taking it out to look at it for the first time. So definitely something to think about. Don't send a card in with an air and hope you're gonna get a 10, because it's not gonna happen. And the centering was probably gonna be a 9 anyways. Go ahead.
If you were a dishonest collector, is there so many?
Oh, he gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was me, but it's Dustin.
I think he was gonna say, "Is there a way to fix it?"
I'll answer
recut
that.
it.
I want him to ask it. Let's see. Pokemon John says over 100,000 in bulk. No lie, dude. That is insane, man. I might have 12 to 15k in bulk. I don't have anywhere near 100k. That's nuts. If graded on a Monday, that's gonna be a 6. Friday, possible 10. I wish. That would be sick. Yo, imagine if I didn't notice that and it came back a PSA 6 or a 7. I would have been so heated, and I would have thought what a lot of people think is they're like, oh, PSA is mean. No, they're not gonna note it. You should have caught it. That weird.
Can you hear me now?
Now
Hello?
we can. Dustin is back.
All right, my
Ask your
question
question.
If you are a dishonest collector,
Yep.
is there somebody you can send that card to and get it fixed?
Yep. So there are. I'm calling them card altering services because that's what it is. You pulled it out of the pack. They're altering that card. In my opinion, I don't want any card that's ever even been thought to, potentially be altered.
Never would,
but
if
they do.
That guy.
There are some that offer polishing services to remove swirls. They offer to fix your corners a little bit, but now we're talking like maybe at best a 2 grade improvement. So if you were going to get a 6, they might be able to get you an 8, but now you have potentially a card that's going to come back rejected. And then also you already know it, because if it's in your card, unless you're doing it to flip it, that would be probably your only motivation. You own an altered card. It is not a Pokemon item at that point. Someone's got some crayons, markers, and scissors out and went to town. I don't want that in my collection, but could you do it? Theoretically, yes. But are you going to be able to do it to make it look like Pokemon cut that thing? Probably not. So it's going to get flagged. PSA is not going to grade it, but they're certainly going to charge you for analyzing it.
Okay.
Hey, John, I saw you hop on here. I had to mute you. There was too much background noise. I love you, though.
John got muted by
I muted myself.
Discord admin.
I thought I did it, but okay.
Oh, Theo's getting buck wild. All right, so crisis averted. We just showed you on channel. That's why you gotta refer back to our bullet points. Number 2 is thoroughly inspect all cards so you avoid that disaster. You avoid. Theo, knock it off.
Are you gonna send it anyways?
I am not going to send this card in because I'm not emotionally attached to this card. It's the number 2 pull in the set. It's not a favorite Pokemon of mine. I pulled it, yes, but I'm content to put this in the binder and maybe send it in for a cheaper grading fee later on in like a lot of my collection. I haven't sent a lot of my collection in because I'm not in a hurry. I'm not emotionally attached to it, and I believe that maybe later in the future it'll be a better idea. So I just leave it protected in my binder. Like you have your cards, they're not going to get damaged. They're not going anywhere, and it might be a better idea just to send them in the future. So that's how I analyzed that Rayquaza VMAX. It did not make the cut tonight because I did not want to be disappointed in that maybe 6 or 7. We left it out of our submit, but we're going to put that most likely PSA 9 Charizard alternate art in there because we love that card, and it's number 1 in Brilliant Scars. Then we got that Grail card, that big Grail card. Go ahead, Andrew, go ahead.
Your card just showed up. I was hoping that Moonbreon would be in it, but I see you holding it in your hand, so I guess not.
Ah, sorry.
You found the card?
He found it. Let's go. Andrew found my wedding card. All right. Fuck the valet. Did you see that note on the back? Hello? All right, bye. All right, so we got the Moonbreon, that Umbreon VMAX alternate art. We pulled it live on the channel Friday night. We did it. Can you guys even believe it with your own eyes? Let's go. Let's go. Let's catch up on the chat first.
That looks like it's in. It really
hold
does.
on.
Considering it's fucking.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. We'll sing a song.
Uh-oh. This is how we do it. It's Thursday night. And we're live.
Fucking John tried to go live from the Vegas Strip.
No, it's green. Try.
Having a good time.
Do you guys like this hangout stream? And we're back. We're live. We're back. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Let's see what's going on in the chat. Your luck is nuts, bro, says Aaron Blue. We definitely agree. We've gotten lucky here, especially recently, like last 2 weeks. Make sure you sub to the channel for more crazy luck. Literally, in less than, I counted last night when I was thinking about how insane luck this has been. 75 packs have been opened in the less than a week. 75 packs, and in those 75 packs were the top 2 pulls from Evolving Lives and the top pull from Brilliant Scars. That is insane. I cannot believe it. We deserve it, but it's still crazy to think about.
You really don't, but okay.
I wish I could post pictures to YouTube because I just got a BlazewizardLIVE autographed Clobbopus card.
Oh yeah, we sent
He
it.
signed it?
We sent it. B-Dub signed the Clobbopus for that wedding gift.
Jesus Christ.
Let's
That's
go.
those collectors. That Jesus.
I'm gonna send it to PSA.
They're gonna be like altered.
They'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Altered.
Rated motherfucker.
Pokemon John 13 says never sold any. LOL. Always sat on them. Dude, I mean, at a certain point, that's crazy. Aaron Blue says, I mean, they restore expensive art on a daily basis, and that is still considered authentic, but it's not original authentic. They just they authenticated the base of the art. So that's not an original art once it's been restored. So keep that in mind because it loses significant value when they restore it as well, because it is not original. Don't do it. I definitely don't condone altering cards. I see them advertised and they don't even tell their customers, hey, this might get flagged by PSA as being an altered card, and they won't grade it. So keep that in mind as well.
I might have missed this, but what are some of the most common like alterations that people do.
So they'll polish out, like, especially those base set hollows with like the big hollow pattern, like let's say this Venusaur, it might have a bunch of scratches on the hollow. They might buff them out, and then if there's like some whitening on the corner, they might just trim it off, you know. Or if there's like an edge on one of the corners that's, you know, reducing the grade, they might just trim that edge off up there. So if it's discovered, though, they won't even grade it. So you might get flagged as a bad submitter, and they might not even let you submit to them anymore. Obviously, you go around that, but these are things to keep in mind. Let's see what else. This is going to be interesting. Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, daddy.
Congratulations on the fire polls. I love my Moonbreon VMAX alt. Gonna get it graded. See, agreed. Pokemon John 13. Either he bought it or he pulled it, and he's emotionally attached. So he's gonna send it in and get it graded. That makes all the sense in the world. Even if you're not, you know, requiring a certain grade, you just send it in because you want it to be graded. Just make sure you pick the right service level to match how fast you want it back. Stranger Beans, welcome to the channel, #1, and the YouTube chat.
Welcome to the stream.
Stranger Beans says Andrew Tate is my role model. Is that Andrew's like alt YouTube?
It might be.
Stranger Beans, he's like Andrew Tate. Aaron Blue says, yeah, never done that, but I don't see the issue. I personally want something that's how it came from the manufacturer, especially if I'm opening it from a pack myself, or like buying a graded card. I don't want to unknowingly buy a card that someone potentially got some scissors out or an X-Acto knife, you know. But I get it if you're like, if you personally don't care and you just want the higher grade or potentially higher value. I understand the theory behind it. It's like, you know, polishing the car on paint, or polishing paint on a car. I get it. I heard if it has a warp and you put it in a book and straighten it out, they can tell. Dude, they definitely can tell. That surface doesn't lie.
I think you paid a lot to tell. Like,
oh, dude, they got some shit to help them real quick, because they're quick with it. And then Pokemon John says pulled it. I pulled it on my channel. Dude, congrats. Like, that is insane, dude. Big congrats. Very few people can pull that thing. It's a big boy. It's literally a broken card in today's market. It's also a top chase in the entire era, maybe entire modern era. So definitely a crazy pull. We still can't believe we did it. I've watched the reaction probably 10 times. We did it live on the channel. So you already know we were sending in both of these two because the Rayquaza had that issue. So let's go on to that next step. Let's get on that PSA website, because they're very helpful in case you're like, I don't know what to do. Because the first time I don't know what to do, so we're just gonna pretend like we don't know what to do. I'm gonna be careful not to dox myself. That's the #1 here. Here we go. Let's.
Send everybody's address. If they want it.
Everyone's gonna post it on YouTube. DM them, send them $10 and they'll probably tell you where I live. You can come do a live stream with
John's
me.
still here. Do you think he knows he's muted, or is he talking to us?
Here we go. PSA makes it easy. You can see my submission right here that I did earlier, so I could go get these pages printed.
I'm just listening.
We had to get these pages printed because BlazewizardLIVE doesn't own a printer. It's crazy. But yeah. So how to do that pre-stream. So we hopped on that website and they make it real easy. You go step by step, and we're gonna show you the first couple, and then we got some screenshots because I don't have my keyboard out right now. So ours, and I don't want to dox myself. So they have lots of options of what you want graded. So make sure you pick the right option. We're just grading, but look, review. They have crossover, like if it's in a BGS case, or reholder, like let's say you crack the PSA case, or you have an older version of the PSA case and you want the newer, you're gonna select reholder. So make sure you know what type of submission you're doing, because not all submissions are the same and they definitely don't cost the same. So do you have an autograph on that card? Because make sure you apply the right autograph selection if it does have an autograph. Pokemon John says, I was so hyped, so hyped. That damn Moonbreon brought a tear to my eye. I mean, 1,000 packs just for one card. So yes, that card is very emotional. My #1 chase ever. Dude, definitely get it. And big congrats. We had the same reaction and feel the same way. It's crazy to see that card pulled from a pack that you opened. No matter if you pull it in your first pack of Evolving Lives or your 10,000th pack, when it shows up, it feels and is crazy luck.
Read it.
Let's go back. So we're gonna pick no autograph because we don't have any autographs. Excuse me. That margarita's coming back.
I can sign it. If you want me
So make sure you look. So since I'm not a member, I'm logged in right now. I'm not a member. I can only start with the $50 service. So member only pricing, reminder, those blue boxes are members only, or if you use a group submitter, they're going to be a member. So you'll get access to those, but they are value restrictive and have a slower turnaround. So we went ahead and picked that regular service. So both of our cards tonight are going that regular service. So this is the tedious part because I don't like their system, but basically you have to enter the data so it pops up enough and you can't really scroll through them, and you just got to wait till your card pops up on the screen so you can pick the right card. And make sure you actually pick the right card, especially with Pokemon. There's so many options in the same set, especially like Brilliant Scars. 5 Charizards. Make sure you don't pick the wrong Charizard. Don't make that mistake. So we actually did this in a couple slides. So
You need to update your Charizard counter.
you're right. I totally forgot to do that. It is 23. Everyone needs to know we do have 23 Charizards on the channel.
Today's the 3rd best day of my life.
3rd best?
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
What
What was the
happened?
first?
Getting married. Number 2 was getting my Costco membership. Number 3 was getting our knives back from Cutco.
Oh yeah, them sharp
That's
knives.
They are fire.
Pokemon John
Wow,
says,
they're
I
for
call
one
it Evolving Cries, LOL. That's a good one. I like that one.
That is a pretty good one.
Make sure if you're on tonight to ask your PSA submission questions or your graded card tips and tricks. Let us know yours. Let us know how many cards you have graded by PSA, or if you're waiting on some to come back, because some people are still waiting like from 7-8 months ago. So let us know what you think about this. If you have any questions. So here's the next step. After you pick the right cards, you will see your other charges that go along with the grading fees. You think they're going to eat those shipping and insurance charges? Hell no. Trying to make that money. So after you pick the right cards, you go to the next step. It's going to be that submission summary, and you got to accept all these things and be like, yo, I swear, I promise I won't sue you, you won't sue me. There's all sort of things in there. So if I lose your card, we'll pay you however much you declared. So make sure
Good to go.
you take a look at this right now and see. BlazewizardLIVE didn't lie. So in our first card, and the order is important, and we'll show you that in a second, that first card is going to be that Moonbreon. It is not easy to find in the drop down. I had to sit there for like 3 minutes. Then I valued it at 900 because I'm anticipating this bad boy gets that 10. I am not going to short myself by
fucking around.
going into that $30 service with someone else and save myself $20, but maybe lose $450 if they misplace my card or something. So we're doing it the right way. $900 in the value because I think it's going to get that 10. Then we're not going to short ourselves when we already know the difference. So in that Charizard, that alternate art Charizard, I don't even remember. I think it says 450. Is that right? 480 maybe. I think I put 480. So this is under the PSA 10 value, but I think it's gonna get a 9. But in case they misplaced my card, they're gonna pay me like it was gonna be a 10. So that's on them. So make sure you don't mess up. Let's see. If I get 1 heart, I will make a whiskey drink. Definitely place a heart in the chat for Willis. Here, I'll put that with a little fucking medic symbol on there. Josh says, I only have 1 card from PSA. It's an unlimited Clefairy PSA 9. I saw the price go from 300 to 150. Meanwhile, a Moser card is worth 430. Oh, meanwhile, a modern card is worth 430 raw. Yeah, dude. The Moonbreon's broken though. Don't. It might adjust to back down to $200. You just never know. So keep that in mind. If you're trying to make money on these cards, that is a very volatile card right now. Evolving Lies in general is volatile. So if you're waiting 90 days for it to come back, you might lose $200 and pay for grading in that time period. So keep that in mind if the market is volatile around a set. That's why I said earlier, if you're gonna grade your new Lost Oranges pulls, expect for the value to go down while they're sitting there waiting to come back to you at PSA. It's a brand new set. Typically values go down. So keep that in mind. In our second slide, we have, once you do that, they're going to tell you, good job, bro. You actually got past the submission form. Now what you need to do is get your arts and crafts, hats on. You need to get that mindset into arts and crafts. We're going to do arts and crafts on the channel tonight. I fucking hate arts and crafts, but we're going to do it for the channel. Let's go.
I have an arts and crafts helmet.
You have an arts and crafts name? Is that what you just said?
I have arts and crafts helmet.
You have a helmet on?
So we're going tape and fucking cardboard and fucking...
Pokemon John with the hearts, and then William Smith is like, yeah, I'm gonna make a whiskey drink. That's what I'm talking about, because he's liking that PSA submission. What questions do you have for us so far? We're getting there. We're almost to that arts and crafts section. That's why the stream's been taking so long tonight. I did not want to get to this point. I fucking hate arts and crafts. Here we go.
Let's go.
All right, so on their website, they have a very handy step-by-step. If you have questions, they have even pictures. I mean, PSA could not be more helpful in making sure you don't do things incorrectly. So we have next step. I need to open this. It's so small. I need to open it on my screen.
Oh my God, no.
Stream delay, stream delay. Here we go. All right, so we're just gonna pop it on the website because it really doesn't matter. We're gonna show you how to get it into this package. So they say right out of the gate, put the collectibles in the order they appear on the submission form. Failing to do so will result in a 5% service charge on your order and longer processing time. Definitely adhere to that. It's listed number 1 for a reason. Don't get put into the figure it out pile and they get to it when they get to it. Make sure you do everything right. Just go slow getting that thing over there, so that way it goes nice and smooth and it comes back before the quoted time, because that's what you want. You want to be pleasantly surprised, not unpleasantly surprised. And plus you don't want to get charged more because you're a doofus. So their second piece is ship cards safely and securely in protected pouches. Semi-rigid plastic pouches like the Card Saver brand are recommended. If you do what they recommend, it's gonna go in your favor. So we did it at the bottom of your screen. You can see it, Card Savers. We like those anyways. It's nice and easy. Please do not submit unprotected cards or cards in top loaders, screw down holders, or hard acrylic snap cases. So lots of people send them in top loaders. Don't do it. They get mad. Just don't do it. Next up is gonna be the arts and crafts section. Package it, protect your items. We suggest placing all of your items between 2 larger pieces of cardboard and securing the bundle with rubber bands. Guess what? No one has rubber bands nowadays, so we're just gonna tape the edges so it doesn't slide out of the cardboard. They like that from me the first time. Then we're gonna do wrap bundled items in bubble wrap or similar packing materials. We got that bubble mailer because we lazy. We're not gonna wrap it in bubble wrap. We're just gonna get that bubble mailer. Place your collectibles in blah 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 to prevent content shifting. You need to make sure you secure your cards for shipping. USPS is brutal. Don't let them bend that MOONBREON. You're going to cry when PSA calls you and says, hey, your package just showed up, it's bent to hell, your MOONBREON's bent in half, it's not even gonna be a PSA 1, we're gonna reject the order and send it back. You are going to cry. Bet. Then it says, on page 1 of all submission forms, type or write the total number of orders and the total number of items in the package. So you can submit multiple service levels at the same time. Like, let's say you have one really valuable card that needs like that $500 or $600 service or whatever. You can put that in the same mailer to save on shipping and insurance as you put your other. You just got to do multiple submission forms and make sure you follow that multiple submission steps. Otherwise, you're gonna get charged extra when they have to figure it out for you. Then we have number 5 or 6 on the packaging is include 2 PSA copies on the submission form, including the items list and payment instructions. So they do like some type of dual quality control thing, so one stays with the card and one stays with like the label or something, and then it like all comes together at the end is what I think happens. So they make you do literally 2 copies. It's for them, not for you, but whatever they need so they don't lose my shit, I don't care. If I have to print out one more page that they pre-fill in for me and say print this, I'm fine with that. More packaging instructions can be found on the shipping guide, and then make sure you agree to actually sending your shit into them, because they tell you exactly what happens if something bad happens. They tell you. So let's go back to the internets. And we're gonna get on their website again. So they have an online submission center. That's where you get started, like we showed you, and you can start a new submission if you want. And then they have, where is it? Step-by-step submission guide. So they have a freaking PDF. Like, I don't know what else you guys need. A photo PDF, step-by-step for dummies with awesome pictures, with arrows, warnings, all sort of things. Don't be stupid, read their submission tips. So let's see what we've done so far. We've got the forms, we've printed them out, they're behind me. Not doxing myself. Here we go. Is anyone still in the Discord? They're probably all asleep. It's taking forever. I get it. We get it. All right, here we go. We have all of our forms printed out. Our shipping label that you have to put on the outside of the package. We got a couple copies that they send you. So we've already printed these forms out. All my info's on there, so we're not going to show it to you in that way, but we are going to show you the next step after you print it out. So you're going to have to get your scissors out. That's the one thing I forgot to get, because like I said, arts and crafts here, people. Arts and crafts. 1 second.
Hey, Dustin. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Will.
What do you think Dustin's doing right now?
Getting high
How high?
to the sky. Yeah.
Do you guys like Blaze Wizard Arts and Crafts?
Not that high. I know. Hello? Hello? Well?
You back.
Yo, that
Go
was
back.
a serious stream.
We're still going.
It was a very serious. Oh my god, we're still going.
We haven't even packaged them yet.
Okay, let's go.
I've had like 2 meals.
I know, I'm starving. This is taking forever.
Noak's had 3rd dinner by now.
Okay, so
fucking
in one of your
dinner.
forms is gonna print out, and it's like literally a whole page, and it's literally just like, hey, cut this small little rectangle out and make sure you adhere it to the outside of your package and don't tape over it. So you got to do like that old school, like put the tape behind it after you roll it up. But this is going on the outside of the package, so when it shows up to their facility, because you know they probably get thousands of packages a day, they just want to scan it in.
Yo, roll that shit, pack that shit, ship that shit.
Pack that shit.
All right, so this is what I'm cutting out here. You guys see it on the screen. This little label that you affix to the outside, I just cut it out in the background. They pre-generate that for you. Then you got to get it onto your box. So we've already put our cards in the card savers. So we've already done that step 1. Then we have to put it in order. Don't forget that part. So I put the MOONBREON first in my submission. That MOONBREON needs to be first when they open up your cardboard. So
what?
Exactly. If you submit 5 cards, you enter them in an order on the internet. It's in order on your submission sheet. When they open the package, it also has to be in the same order. So if you submit 100 cards, those 100 cards better be in the submission form order, or else
Okay.
Dustin is gonna have a freaking stroke when he goes to send his in. But it is a little detail, but it's for a good reason. They grade 1 million cards a month.
Yeah, make their job the easiest as possible. Give you the best grade as possible.
Exactly.
Fucking yeah.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo, what's Jason's address?
It's 1839.
Oh my god.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Here,
Yeah.
here's our cardboard to go in the package with the MOONBREON and the Charizard. Now mine is not perfect fit to these what the fuck are these little bugs? That's not good, right?
The cards are infested.
My cards going to PSA are about to get eaten by bugs. All right, so we got the MOONBREON first on the submission. So we're gonna put it in there. So they recommend card savers with the sleeves in it. So we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna get this cardboard, and I'm gonna put the bigger piece of the cardboard on the top.
Now he's showing us. Good.
And then what's gonna happen from here is I'm gonna tape the sides. So we haven't even got to the part where we're getting in the package. We're just preparing to get it in the package, you know. I'm gonna tape these sides, because guess what
For the package?
this is what I don't want to have happen, right? I don't want some asshole at USPS to be sloshing this thing around, and then the MOONBREON comes out and it pierces the side of the envelope, and then it gets left out on the mail floor and someone steps on it, and it's over.
Hey, can you show me the package?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Show
send
me
me
your package.
send me a snap and I'll reply.
Okay.
All right, so again, make sure when they open this cardboard that you got it in the right order. Now it's really 2 cards, so I don't know how mad they could possibly get that my 2 cards are not in order. It's like, all right, we'll just put it in the other hand then. I don't know what to tell you. But if you have 100 cards, you can see where that would be a problem. But make sure you spend that time securing the package. Is the package secure before you even get it in the package? So we got that all sandwiched in there.
I mean, you're making their job easy for the maximum grade.
Exactly. I want that maximum grade. We're not trying to, you know, take any shortcuts here, and it comes back and they're like, nah, we don't even feel like doing it for you. You suck. But they still charge you, because they will.
And it's like if you get pulled over, turn the engine off, keys on the dash.
Yeah, put your hands on the steering wheel. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sit there and take
Feel
it.
comfortable. Yep.
All right, so we got our label out. We already, this is our barcode.
All you have?
So now this is the part where I get really annoyed. I freaking hate arts and crafts like this. So I gotta like use a freaking pen, and it's probably not gonna work good.
He has to use a pen.
Let's see your fucking. You can't write.
Show
me.
I can't write at all. Andrew could definitely verify.
Me either. No, I can.
We're definitely gonna do this off stream, but you get the point. There's my name. Let's address it to PSA. See, look, I already lost it. So thank goodness they have such a handy resource center where you're like, hey, I don't even know what to do. What do I do? You just like go click the links, and then they'll tell you. So look, see, I forgot. I was like, what's their mailing address? Look at that. They have a step 4 that says, hey, dum-dum, these are our addresses for various things. Make sure you pick the right one. Which one are we picking? Because it could be both if you don't know me. So I live 1 mile or less from USPS. So we're going to go to USPS and we're going to send it priority with insurance. So I need to put this one because mine's a card and we're going USPS. This is the one that I need to put on here. So make sure you pick the right address. Otherwise, it might go into no man's land. You might have a $10,000 card ungraded and you just lose it. Because that happened to Leonhardt. I wonder if Leonhardt is really as big of an idiot as I think, and he submitted it wrong. And that's why I got lost for like 8 months and he cried about it over like 800 videos.
Yo, it's not bad to bash, or it's not good to bash the competition.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on.
I mean, how do you lose a card that expensive? All right, so everyone can see Blazewizard's amazing handwriting. Let's go. Did we even spell that right? Yep, we did. Look at that. We're doing good in life. A P.O. box.
You are so artistic.
A P.O. box 6180. Make sure you don't pick the wrong P.O. box because it might be going to the wrong spot and then your Charizard's gone forever. Look at that. We were right. It is Newport Beach. Those big ballers at PSA sitting on the beach collecting my grading fees.
I love Newports.
What do you guys think? Them on the beach, us in cold Colorado, well, rainy right now. So we got it addressed. So next, we're gonna get the secure package in the box. Make sure you follow the instructions, otherwise they're gonna charge you extra. Make sure you get the secured package in the box. But wait, you might have forgotten those forms, because remember, 2 copies and you gotta fill some shit out. So we're not gonna show you the forms, but we are gonna show you that window capture while I fill out the forms underneath. So that's the step we're at. We're in number 3. Make sure, oh, that's the in-person, sorry. We're gonna go here. We've done number 3. Now we got the contents in there. Make sure you get your submission ID label and the forms on there, because that's the part that they need to start processing your order whenever it gets through the mail, because you know how long that takes. So the first box they're gonna ask you is total number of orders included in this package. Just 1. Remember, you could do multiple submission levels in the same order. So that would be 2 if I did 2 different submissions. Go ahead, or Willis.
2 cards.
So you can put 2 cards on the same order.
Oh.
So total number of orders included in this package, I just have 1, but then here we go. Total number of collectibles included in this package, all orders. So if you put 10 cards in there and there's 3 different orders, you got to put 10 collectibles included in this package. So I have 2. So they know when they open up my submission, there should be 2 cards in there. That's what that's there for. So they have a PSA use box. We did not use that since we're not PSA artistic. So the funny part about this stream is I would actually be doxing Andrew because I'm homeless when these are going to come back. So we're sending them back to Andrew's. Andrew's going to get that PSA 10 Moonbreon before I do.
Congratulations, Mandy.
That's letting gift ever.
Let's
All
go.
right, so tune into the stream in about 2 weeks. And I'll be popping open.
Andrew's gonna do his own live stream for Blaze Wizard because literally when I expect these to come back, because if you guys remember,
It's my opening.
if you
Let's
guys
go.
remember, we did that $50 service. So let's take a look. We're expecting to wait a month and a half to 3 months. Hopefully it's about that month
And
mark.
we're live.
So there we go. The pleasant surprise is I wouldn't even dox myself. I'd be doxing Andrew and Kristen Smith, the newlyweds, on the channel. Let's go.
What a fine name.
I forgot the YouTube chat. Sorry, YouTube. We're getting intense in here. Trying to get these cards over to PSA is not easy. Let's see. Hi to the moon, says Pokemon John 13. Let's go. Not gonna grade the Ray, says KPE. Nope, KPE, you missed the bad news on the Ray. Scroll back
They
and
were probably
watch.
here, but you were not. So
Yeah, he might have had to have dinner like I haven't been doing. My stomach's like brr. Not gonna grade the Ray. Nope, it did not pass the standards for Blaze Wizard submission today. Then Pokemon John says one word, smuck. Yep, that's a good one. That Zardish was both scary and funny to watch him freak out about. Dude, the Zard, I was literally at a certain point, I was like, is this fucking real? You know, like when you pull the 2 big chase cards back to back essentially through that few of packs after trying so hard, I was just like speechless, and then I was like fucking cursing everywhere. So yeah, that's how it went.
Hey, B-Dub,
What up, Willis?
you've been live for 2 hours.
I know, this is crazy. It takes so long. All right,
That's my brother now.
That's my brother's happy sister.
let's show you those bullet points again. Here we go. We've analyzed our cards and options. We showed you how to do that. Then we thoroughly inspected all of our cards. KPE missed that part because we avoided a crisis. Then we did our PSA submission form online. Then we printed that submission form. Now we're packaging up everything and getting that submission ready to go to USPS tomorrow. And then you'll have to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button so you see the return fund, that party, when it comes back. Don't miss out. Hopefully within a month or 2. But now we're in that packaging phase. We're just getting done filling out these submission forms in the background, and then make sure you go with the order. So I pretty much just roll them up in a trifecta. Oh, there's the doxing I did not want to do. God damn it.
I saw it.
All right, well, hopefully everyone doesn't send me a bunch of crap, or Andrew as well. It's literally the whole whatever. All right,
Yeah,
so
911. I found him.
911, they're bad.
SWAT.
Talking Leonhardt. Oh yeah, schmuck. No Leonhardt. Yeah, talking about Leonhardt card getting lost, dude. It was definitely on him. You already know. John, he forgets times because he misses our chats. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Was calling Leonhardt, dude. I unsubbed. I couldn't do it anymore. So we've got everything ready to rock and roll. We've got all their forms filled out. One of these is a copy, a CC for you. So make sure you keep that one. So in case anything happens, you can track it. And then under this, I can't remember which order the forms go in, and I don't want to mess up and then they charge me. So let's go back and look. How do we do this step by step?
So
Place each item.
includes the shipping to them.
No, that's the bad news.
God damn it.
Yeah, the extra charges are $29, insured shipping back. 29 bucks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Dude, that's rough.
All right, so when packaging the items for shipment, make sure to place the items in the same order they are listed. They say that a bunch of times. Make sure you don't do that. Do not place labels, stickers, or write on the outside of card savers. If an item arrives with a manufacturer's seal sticker, be advised that PSA will remove it for processing purposes. I don't know why you would do that. Place all items between 2 pieces of cardboard. Rubber bands we taped instead. They should be just tight enough. Blah, 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 blah. Don't let them fall out. Caution, don't pack it too tightly. Step 4, protect the items with packing material. Blah, 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 blah. Place the items in a sturdy cardboard box along with your online submission confirmation pages. If using styrofoam, blah, 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 make sure they're not packed too tightly. So I guess the order doesn't even matter. So we're just gonna roll them up in a trifecta, and we're gonna slide it in there with the Moonbreon, and I guess we could show that part. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it live on the channel. Let's make sure it's actually gonna fit in here. It will. Here we go. We're getting those submission forms in there for PSA.
Hey, B-Dub, were you sober the first time you did this?
bet he
No,
was.
absolutely not. Dude, half the fun is like the arts and crafts when you're like all twisted up, you know?
The adventure. I like it.
All right, so I already knew my package was all complete, so we didn't check it over, but we are gonna tape the F out of this because what the last thing I want is like some 30 thousandths of a cent glue ruining my Moonbreon. So we're gonna tape that bad boy up on the edge. We ain't playing around. What do you guys think? Are we correct? Are we gonna get that 10 on the Moonbreon and the 9 on the Charizard alternate art? Now that's the one thing I didn't say earlier when I was inspecting the cards, because the Moonbreon was going in either way. That's what we said on stream, but I believe the Moonbreon has an 80% chance of getting the 10. I think the centering is close to the edge where some dude having a bad day might penalize me. He might be on his like 60th Moonbreon of the day and just doesn't like mine the most and gives me the 9. So that's why I said anticipate the 9, so the 10 is that jackpot big money super surprise and you can pop bottles in the background. So what do you guys think? Do you think PSA is easy to go through their steps? We got one left. Make sure you don't forget to put that outside label. That's how they tell you your bad boy has showed up to them, and they'll start updating you. Now there's a bunch of updating steps, so it's pretty cool to see your shit go through their steps. They give you a notice and an update every time.
But if you follow the previous step, never open their emails.
Nope. So open their emails until you get that your grading is complete, grades are ready. Don't open that one because you don't want to see that until it's at your door, or in this case at Andrew and Kristen's door.
Holy shit. He just kicked a field goal from 64 yards.
That was a banger.
Dude, what a boss. That's not even human.
Dude, he could have hit it from 69. Oh, yeah.
Was that the guy from LSU Cade or whatever his name is?
They tell you what it would have been good for.
No.
No, you can see it probably through the uprights. This one fucking had another fucking 10 feet.
Do you guys think we should have just
Bubbles.
Do you guys think we should have just sent in the Rayquaza to see what it would have come back as, or do you think we avoided the not fun?
Yeah, you probably should have, just for shits.
I don't know, curious. I'm curious. $50.
I would have paid 20 to figure out what it was. I'm sure Dustin would give you 20.
Jesus Christ.
Nope, we're gonna send it in when it's cheaper. There we go. We got it on the X tier. It's really taped on there. Like, don't worry about it. They said don't tape over it, so that's what I did last time. I don't know why I can't tape over it. They must have those shitty little scanner guns. So, do you guys think we're correct? Did we do good by leaving the Rayquaza VMAX Ultra Art from Evolving Lies out? Are we gonna get another PSA 10 on this submission, our second of the year? We got 110 and 19. Are we gonna get that Gem Mint 10 like the Quillfish? Are we gonna get a 9 like we predicted on that other Charizard, that Grail card for the channel, that alternate art Charizard? What do you guys think? Should we open 3 packs to end it? I think we should.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Little fucking bonus. Yeah.
A 3-pack opening of Lost Oranges.
3, I would say 5 at least.
You know what's gonna be really funny? Because I called this earlier in the channel, and let me just go through this one more time to recap the PSA submission. So, don't be this person. Don't waste your money unless you're planning on wasting your money. Then it's not really a waste, is it? So some people don't care about cards, period, let alone graded cards. Make sure you analyze your cards and options. Make sure you thoroughly inspect all cards to avoid a disaster. Make sure you go through the PSA submission form online correctly and don't choose the wrong Brilliant Scars Charizard when you're trying to submit the alternate art. And also make sure you go through their tutorials because they have literally everything at your fingertips with pictures in case you ever get confused. We referred back to a couple things tonight on the channel. This shipping address, don't send it to the wrong spot. That would be stupid. Then you're gonna package it up securely and mail it. So I've packaged it. We're gonna finish addressing it, and then I'm gonna drop it tomorrow, and it's gonna begin its journey, and they're gonna update me as soon as they receive it, and then it's gonna go through all sorts of steps, and we'll let you know those steps on the channel as they happen. But hopefully within the next 2 months we get it back a 9 and a 10, but assuming 2 9s. What?
Those are now Andy's cards.
Andrew's gonna steal them.
Yeah.
Then we have oh yeah, and we showed you our analysis on how we go through this process of which cards should go in or not. So there it is. If you have any last minute trailing questions, let us know what they are before we get into our bonus, the opening, the live pack opening, because that's what we do on the channel. Let's see. He lives down the road from me. I'm guessing, oh yeah, Leonhardt is in Texas. I still watch because the packs are cool to see open. Plus he does the I'm gonna go please pack somewhere, and I live close enough to go find them. Oh, dude, I get it. He does open some legit fire because he can afford to, because he gets them views, and not as many recently though. Place not please. 10 luck, says Josh Munez. KPE says I hope so, fingers crossed. Josh Munez says thank you so much, I hope we both get a 10. Let's go, Josh, make sure you get that 10. William Smith, let's go. Pokemon John says grade the Ray. William Smith says grade it. Josh says very informational. Thank you so much. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm definitely gonna do a short, condensed, like 10-minute version of this so I can do a recorded video now that I have all the things fresh in my memory. This one took forever. Make sure you don't waste money.
Let's go. Woo.
And then you can also profit if you buy the right raw cards for sending in for grading. If you buy the right ones, you can definitely profit several hundreds of dollars, but you have to know what you're looking at, otherwise you're wasting several hundreds of dollars. We're gonna open some Lost Oranges. It's gonna be funny if I pull a sick card from Lost Oranges that should have been in that submit, but that's just how it goes. We're just gonna keep our luck going. Is it gonna happen in 3 packs? Probably not, but we're gonna try it.
Do 5.
Do 4. Do 4.
All right, they convinced me. We'll do 5. Here we go. And now I'm hungry. We're gonna do our bonus, the bonus opening. Thanks again for being here, Josh and KPE and Pokemon John and William Smith and Andrew Smith and Dustin and Sloppy Wiper.
I just don't know why Dustin doesn't ever get on the YouTube and chat. I mean, we need the views.
Dustin doesn't like YouTube.
I don't know how to work it. It's broken.
I'll show you how to work.
He's the stream admin. He's got enough going on with monitoring.
Yeah, I'm busy as fuck, man.
Let's see. Pokemon John 13 says 5. Sheesh. Yeah, we're usually doing openings, but you know, we've been opening so much fire. We got to take a little break, but I guess we'll keep up our theme of the channel, trying to pull fire here. Is our luck crazy? If we pull an alternate art right here, you know our luck is crazy. If we do it with these 4 packs, I don't even know.
Oh, we're doing 5.
5 packs. Sorry.
Yeah.
5 packs.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah, give the people what they want.
All right, guys, here we go. We're giving the people what they want twice in one night, but not sexually. Rhyhorn, Apem, 5-pack Magic, says William Smith. Roselia, Gumi, come on. A Metatite. Oh, an Ariados is the reverse holo rare. No trainer gallery, but under it, it's a Spiritomb non-holo rare. Definitely 2 Halloween themed Pokemons, but not ones we care about. What's gonna happen? Are we gonna get that crazy luck going in one of these 4 remaining packs? Are you guys gonna send some cards to PSA like next week now? Are you feeling confident? It's super easy. The hardest thing I had to do was address my envelope and go to the printer store because I did not have a printer.
You're ridiculous.
Everything else is easy peasy.
That was tough.
A Blipbug, a Finian, a Zorora. Come on, give us something good. Paras, Lost Oranges has not been that good. Inkay, a Sudowoodo is the reverse. We don't care. Come on.
Okay.
A non-holo rare Clefable. Well, 2 non-holo rares. To start our bonus pack opening, are we surprised? No. Is it annoying? Always.
Definitely.
We can never really get going out of the gate around here, but boy, can we finish. That's what she said.
Ew.
Boy, can we finish, including last night. Our last pack of the night was that alternate art rainbow, or that alternate art Charizard from Brilliant Scars that we just sent in to PSA live on the channel. We pulled it last night. Wurmple, Rhyhorn. Are we gonna get another fire pull? Are we gonna get that Giratina? Murkrow, smash the like button. A Rockruff is the reverse, and under that, another non-holo rare. 3 in a row. Woo! First allowance of the Lost Oranges set in competitive TCG play is this weekend. It's a regional event. I'm gonna watch and try to get a handle on the meta. I think it's going to be a big change with that Lost Oranges set. Come on. Clefairy, a Lickitung, a Horsey. Give us one good card here. Shuppet out of our 5 packs. Oh, you guys see that trainer gallery? Which one is it? Please be the big one. Dude, there's like a $50 trainer gallery. Come on. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Come on. Is it about to happen? What do you guys think? Are we about to do it? From Lost Oranges, are we gonna get that big trainer gallery pull? Here we go. Nope, it's a Spiritomb. I think that's like $2.50. What's under it though? Man, I really wanted the Pikachu. Under that, another non-holo rare Hoopa. We are just getting all of the Hoopa non-holo rares. A Hoopa.
Last pack magic.
Come on, give us that Giratina. Are we gonna have to do another bonus opening? Come on.
Hey, Dustin,
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah, well.
you know the Bengals were favored by 4 and up 5?
I think the cover.
Yeah. They got 3 minutes left. That makes me happy.
All right, how many bonus openings are we gonna have to do?
Did
Is
you
this gonna
lose
be
first quarter in the BYU game or pushed?
Push.
Squovet, Gligar, Phantom? Come on, come on, baby. Sudowoodo, a Bronzor, a Machop is the reverse, and under that, oh, we got a black border. Oh, a Junk V. A Pidgeot Junk V. What do you guys think? That was terrible, right?
That was awful.
Why did you suck so bad?
Dude, it just can't go forever. All right, we got 2 more packs to pull us out of our rut here. Come on. They can't all be bad, right? We haven't pulled anything good out of this box, so maybe it's about to right now. Any of the alternate arts would floor me. Here we go. Shellos, they're hard pulls. Phantom, even that Berserker that doesn't seem to be that valuable. Sudowoodo, Electrike, Lost
Big
Oranges. Come on. Why can't we get that good trainer gallery? Love Disc. Then a Kingdra. Is the reverse holo rare under that? Oh, man. Malamar. Non-holo rare. Does that mean we're about to get that alternate art to pull us into crazy mode? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I gotta get off this thing. This has been a forever stream. I don't even know. Probably cereal.
Melatonin likely helps maintain a circadian rhythm for the fetus, which could potentially impact baby's sleep patterns after birth.
Don't do that.
What?
Dynamo, come on.
Decrease the risk of preeclampsia, preterm birth, and innaturing growth restriction.
Helps the baby.
What does this?
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought I was.
I opened over 100 packs and no alt art yet.
Got
Dude,
him.
Lost Oranges is bad. A Litleo, a Meanfu, a Litwick. We got some baby talk for you guys tonight. Snover, a Spectrier. Is the reverse holo rare under that? It's another non-holo rare. What is happening?
That's my uncle.
Uncle Dustin.
All right, last 2 packs from the right side of this box. Dude, that we flew through this box because it's been so bad. It's been fueling our bonus openings, but it's been all bad from this box. We even had to open Brilliant Scars to pull us out of our rut with that alternate art Charizard. Why is Lost Oranges so mean? Are we gonna get something good? A Poliwag. So far tonight, our bonus opening's been jack shit. Growlithe. We haven't even had to look up one card. C-Dot. Come on. Slug my balls. There's a Spiritomb in reverse. We don't care. Oh, man. A Spectrier Hollow. A Spectrier Hollow.
Real last pack magic.
Come on. Come on. Give us something good. This is crazy. I think the all arts are like 1 in 300 to 400. It's definitely very hard. Wurmple, I've seen some people open crazy good cases though, where they got like 5 alts in the same case. Murkrow, 6 booster boxes. Horsey, but then Pokerev got, you know, trapped by the Rotom. Mawile, the Roserod is the reverse. Do you guys see that? Nope. Look at that ink at the top on the Pokemon name. It's all fudged. You see that fudge?
Damn it, how do you not score a touchdown on the fucking one?
Come on, give us a good card under this. It's not. It's a non-holo rare. I guess we're gonna open this whole box right now.
Let's go.
Do you guys see how many terrible cards we pulled? Here's our bonus opening poll so far. Here we go. Terrible, 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 terrible. I guess the best card is the Spiritomb Trainer Gallery, but we've already pulled that and we haven't opened that many packs.
Will,
Yeah.
what's your bet in this game?
Come on.
Bengals -4.
Come on, let's wrap this stream here. Fudge says Pokemon
my
John
God.
13. Definitely agree. Fudge. Come on. Come on, baby. Turn it around. Give us that big Pikachu. That $50 Pikachu. Murkrow. Come on. Shuppet. A Wurmple. A Finneon.
Easy.
A Relicanth. You can hear how degenerative Willis is with his betting. Excuse me. All right, come on. Give us that Giratina right now. Come on. Here we go, people. Come on. A big pull. Nope. It's just a regular V that we've already pulled. That Berserker V that we've already pulled, and we have not opened that many cards. Well, this box is gonna get lit on fire when I'm done opening it. Do you guys like this bonus opening? This fail opening of Lost Oranges.
I love it, baby.
Are we gonna get that last pack magic? Come on, we just need one. Come on, baby. Give us that good trainer gallery. We're not even being greedy. A Machop. There's a Pikachu. That's a good sign. Come on, Pikachu. Give us that good luck. Come on. Come on. Jinx. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
The liveq too.
There's a silver border. You guys saw that. All right, come on. Litwick, followed by a full art trainer Cook.
Nice. That's a nice one.
We got something here. It's a full art trainer Cook. I don't think it's that valuable, but maybe Dustin will tell us. It's card. Oh, TG25. It might be pretty good.
That's a cool art. That looks awesome, actually. I
This is
really like
cool art.
Really
Yep,
realistic.
I agree.
TG25, the Cook from Lost Oranges.
Give me a minute. What's going to be me to it? It's a new stream ad. man.
And under it is nothing. So the trainer gallery saved us.
$379.
$379 is not good. When it's
That is
not
good.
a secret rainbow rare full art, it's a little easier to pull. So
Yeah.
all right, we
Still a
still
cool card.
we're gonna finish it. I'm gonna show you guys.
Yeah,
We're
I agree.
emptying this box. Our bonus opening is way longer than planned because we just can't get anything good. Even the cook is not that great.
Cool to look at, not cool to collect.
Come on, baby. Give us that good pull in our bonus opening. Make sure you smash the like button for all these bonus pack openings that were not planned or advertised. But that's what you get for being on the
You
channel.
deserve it. Yeah.
You get to check it out and see it with your own eyes. A Makahita. Are we going to get something good? Finally. Electrite. Come on. Murkrow. A Shuppet. A Wurmple. A Damage Pump is the reverse. And under that is another non-holo rare. Dude, Lost Oranges is mean. I think
Brutal bitch.
let us know what you guys think for a channel content direction. Do you guys want to see us try to pull duplicates? Do you guys want to see us chase other cards, like maybe that Blaziken, since we didn't open it live on the channel? Do you guys want to see us chase down that Machamp from Asshole Radiance? What do you guys want to see us chase? Because at this point, we've gotten so many of the biggest chase cards. We got to get a new direction. Do you guys want to see some Japanese openings via cosplay? Do you like that idea? Japanese pack openings with some cosplay. What do you guys think about that one? Seal.
Cosplay.
No way.
The reverse holo rare is a Shiftry, and under that, it's a non-holo rare. Wow, this box has been exceptionally bad. Last pack magic from the whole box. Are we gonna get anything good? Because this box didn't give us literally fuck all. We got the full art Giratina. That was the only pull. I guess we'll take it, but we should have had a better card than a full art Giratina. Is it in this pack? Because it's the last one. A Spinnerack. Let us know what you guys want to see in some future streams. Inkay, do you want us to circle back and do maybe Fusion Psych? Look for that Espeon, a Basculin, a Phantom. Come on, a Roselia.
Wait, what was there? Cosplay?
Come on.
Come on.
Last pack magic is terrible. It's a non-holo rare. All right, well, we can't end like that. All right, our friends Brilliant Scars. Come on, two. We got two. Come on, give us
Favorite streamer.
give us
Call me a
something.
degenerate.
Come on. Yeah, but we got all these people around. You're just doing it in private, just spending that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cubchew, all these people just are into this, you know. Farfetch, I'm adding it to my big stack of bulk. Execute, a nose pass. Oh, I think I see something. Here we go. Reverse hollow nose pass. Under that, it's just a regular hollow Moltres. Ah! All right, I think we found all the bad packs. Come on, give us something good here. Oh, Theo's hungry. This is literally gonna have to be last pack magic because now Theo, the puppy, is even mad. Come on. Magmar, Staryu, come on, give us something. A sock. We skipped a card. A Cherubi, a Haluka, and it's a Clefable non-holo rare.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, we can't do that. One more, come on.
One more.
I mean, like, give us a Junk V or something. At least like a hurry wrap card. Last pack magic, come on. Give us something. We're gonna shred this thing. Oh, I see something. We finally got a hit. Here we go. Last pack it is. Starly, and then Theo is gonna be let out.
Let's go.
Purloin, come on. A Milcery, give us something good. It's a sock, and then under it, here's our hit.
Charizard.
Oh no. Charizard.
Zarude, Junk V. Well, we can't end with a alternate art Charizard every night. Like, that just can't happen. Unfortunately,
We're 2.5 hours in.
we've streamed forever. Thank you for tuning in and checking out our tips and tricks on submitting to PSA.
Thanks, everybody.
And until the next one, peace.